Mhm. All right. We're getting ready to get started. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers Mastery. And today we are going over product bundles. There's a lot to cover over bundles. I'm excited about this. Of course, it is 8 sessions over technically 13 weeks, not 12. Typically, we do it over 12 weeks, but we have a summit in the middle of this thing. So it's going to be over 13 weeks. So a little bit about myself. I am the co-founder and the creator of all things eCom Sellers related. The concept, the idea of eCom Sellers. We own eCom Sellers Summit, eCom Q4 Summit, eCom Sellers Academy, eCom Sellers Mastery, eCom Sellers Mastermind, eCom Sellers Podcast. Like, it's called eCom Sellers. And my business partner would say, please stop creating stuff. I have been selling online since 2014. Technically, I started in eBay out of necessity because I have 2 special needs kiddos. They are much older now. They are 16 and 14. One's about to be 15. And they both have disabilities. One is autistic. The other one has Asperger's, auditory processing disorder, and ADHD. And so I needed a solution. I'm a single mom, and I needed a solution to be able to cover their diets, their therapies, things that insurance wasn't going to pay for. I needed a solution. So I got into this e-commerce sellers thing out of necessity. I have been selling offline since 2008. I actually started a candy vending business, and I ran that for a very long time until, well, about 4 years, until the housing crisis bubble, that whole thing caused several small businesses to close. So I lost several machines because of that. In any case, I am also the vice president of a nonprofit, and I love what we do. We support families, support individuals and families with children or adults that have special needs. And so we host events, we provide resources and support, and that is a little bit about me. So what are we going to be doing? We are going to be going over bundles. This is an 8 session over 13 weeks, not 12. Wrong time, 12 o'clock, not 10 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. So we fix that time real quick so that nobody is confused about the time. So hold on just 1 second. Let me fix that. I don't know how I missed it. The last time we did it at 10. So this time it's 12. Okay, so it's at 12 o'clock. I apologize for that. And today is our first session. Starting on the 11th, we're going to go for 8 sessions, the 18th of December, the 8th of January, 22nd, 29th, 5th, 12th, and 5th again. I was going to say 5th and 13th, but 5th again. So typically there will be 4 sessions where we don't have class, but this time there's going to be 5. So the 25th, which is Christmas, we will not have class. New Year's, we will not have class. The 15th, I think it's the 15th. We will not have class. The 19th of February, we will not have class. And the 26th, actually, we'll be in the middle of the eCom Seller Summit. I hope all of you will register at that time. And we will not have class. So the classes are over Zoom. An email was sent out when you registered, and then you should have gotten another email that I sent out yesterday. So hopefully you got both emails, and you'll eventually join the Facebook group. And that's where all of the recordings will be stored. So I will show that in just a second. When these sessions are over, because they are live, because you can ask us questions, they are uploaded within 48 hours. They are unedited. So we upload the raw video within 48 hours to the membership site, so you'll have access to it. And you'll be restricted to the product that you bought. So there's a lot of other products that are inside the membership site. You will only see the ones that you purchased. So assignments will be given at the end of each session. Actually, throughout this process, we'll be talking about assignments. So in another workshop that I did, I handed out all the stuff in advance. My VA has been working on another product launch, so I don't have the handouts for today, but we will talk through the things that we need to do. And then you can always go back and listen to the recording. And we may send you an email on some things. But as we get ready to do some of the activities, we'll work on making sure that you have the handouts before, or at least you'll know what we're doing. And you can take notes as you're going along. In any case, so email instructions may come from either ecomsellersmastery@gmail.com, or it may come from info@ecomsellersmastery.com, either one of those. Sometimes it's just faster to do it in the Gmail than it is to go to your mail service and draft an email, blah, blah, blah. You just type it really quick in Gmail. We do offer a live Q&A. It is every Saturday at 3 p.m. So if there are questions that we don't answer in today's workshop, you can jump back on at 3 o'clock, ask your questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. So I am going to escape for just a second. I'm going to show you where everything is located that you can get to. So when you go to eCom, let me go there first. When you type in www.ecomsellersmastery.com, you'll come to this site. Eventually this site will change, but you come to this site because I don't like it. But in any case, up here at the top, there is a membership login. So click on membership login. And then once you click on membership login, you'll get a login window that has to put in your email address and your password. And then you'll come to a page that looks similar to this, or it looks like this. As you can see, we have other courses that we've done, but the one that you will have access to is the bundle. So you won't see the others. You'll only see bundles. You can expand it. And if you log in there right now, because you bought bundles, you'll see the last set of classes that we offered. So the one thing about any of the mastery classes is you'll have lifetime access to them. Anytime that we record them new, they will either be loaded to your back office, or you can attend the classes live if you want to. Always an option. So for those people that are coming back for a second Mastery Bundles course, welcome back. We're glad you're here. And if you're new, we hope that you get a lot of value out of this workshop, because there's a lot of stuff that's covered. But you'll have access to the old recordings and the new, so you'll gradually see that these will be dated, and you'll see the new ones being added in that will have these dates, so you'll know which one you want to watch. You can watch the old one or you can watch the new one. And as information evolves, like if there's information that evolves about any of the platforms, or information that evolves about just doing bundles in general, as we make those adjustments or changes, you'll see that as well. And bonus workshops, I think like in the last session, I think we did a bonus one on images, but I'll have to find that one. In addition to that, if there's any resources, documents, templates that we want you to have access to, you'll find that under bundles, resources, and templates. So again, you'll have access to the membership site, and every time we teach it, you're welcome to come back and hang out with us. So before I go on, oh, and the other thing, so someone asked me if I could do a Telegram group for bundles. I'm going to work on creating a Telegram group. If you're interested in joining, I am not, first of all, let me just say, I run multiple Facebook groups. I'm great about Facebook Messenger, about Messenger in general, great about it. I am not the best at Telegram, or I'm just being honest, or WhatsApp, because there was another WhatsApp group that I was invited to. But I will say this, I'm getting better at it, and I have some amazing VAs who kind of try and, hey, Nicole, you got a question or whatever. So I do have 2 amazing VAs that would help me monitor and manage that Telegram group. So if you're interested in joining, I can create a Telegram group for this mastery, and we can try this, because I've never done Telegram before, meaning as creating my own group and running it myself. I would be more than happy to do that. That may help you as you're working in your business throughout the week and you have questions, and you want to ask some questions about your bundles journey, and we can answer those questions. So let me know in the chat if you think that's a good idea. Also, let me know in the chat if you have any questions about what I've covered so far. I think someone just joined that I can actually hear. Oh, this is part. Okay. All right. So with that being said, yeah, okay. All right, and if you're not seeing anything, for some of you that we actually had some interesting stuff happen, which I think is Ravi, I may be saying that wrong. I think I know why you can't see anything, because we had to do the void and the the reprocess. So I will fix that for you. Not a problem. A lot of you joined with the promo code. And so if we had to reprocess your order twice or issue a partial refund, there might be something weird there. Okay, so any other questions? All right, let's get this party started. So what are we going to be covering in this class? So there's, and like I said, 8 sessions, and it's over 13 weeks. So it's really spread out, giving you the opportunity to kind of implement this over time, fold it into your existing business operations if you've been selling for a while. I will make a huge assumption. I'm assuming that a significant number of you already are running an e-commerce business. And so this is another way to increase your profit margins, to scale your business a little bit more. Before you introduce anything new to your business, I always want to say, make sure that your operations for your existing business are running well, and that you streamline them and they are as efficient as possible. All right, so let me go ahead and go through the list. I'm sorry, one of my phones is about to go off and I was trying to catch it. So the first thing is that we are going to be talking about mindset today. Not everybody's excited about that, but we are going to be talking about mindset. And then we're also going to be covering building a schedule. What are bundles? We're going to talk about multi-packs as well. We're going to look at a couple of them. And then we're going to do sourcing, like overview some things. We're going to talk about the different ways in which you can source for your bundles. We will also discuss what's key components of a good bundle. And then we'll talk about some keyword research. So that's just in session 1. It'll probably last about an hour to an hour and a half. So I wanted you to be aware of that. Oh, sorry. Then session number 2, let me go back. My computer is going the opposite direction. We are going to be going through branding basics. We're going to be talking about niche research, product research, and wholesale research, private label, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. And in addition to that, we'll, in session 3, and also listing basics. So we will cover some of the listing basics in session 1, and we'll go over it again a little bit more in detail in session 2. Session 3, listing checklist, so that you don't forget as we begin the process of getting ready to create a listing or build a listing. Now, the goal is that we're going to actually be building some bundles in this class. So I hope that you'll, as we step through these exercises, you'll make some notes, you'll come up with some ideas, some concepts, and you'll be able to, oh, well, everything is going off, isn't it? I apologize. Just a second. Hold on. I'm going to stop the recording for just a second. Let me set my phone recording. Pause for just a second. Okay. Like I said, I apologize. So the next thing is, on session 3, we are going to be going over keyword research, listing titles, taking photos. We're also I'm going to give you access to a video that I recorded for creating photos as well. So that way it takes a deeper dive, because the creating photo part of it can be a lot depending on what you need to do. There's different ways in which you can make virtual photo bundles, or whether you can take a picture with all of the components together or piece them together, superimpose them into a photo. So there's all kinds of techniques on photos. So you'll actually have a second complementary video that goes with that. Editing photos and then creating an Amazon listing. So we will step through what you need to do to create an Amazon listing. If you're selling on Walmart or Etsy or Facebook Marketplace or eBay, we're going to step through what you need to do to create listings on those platforms. When it comes to your bundles, we're going to talk about bundle packaging in session 4, shipping of your bundles, and hazmat basics. So basically, in sessions 1 through 4, we're going to go through all the steps of creating a bundle, the concept of your bundle, and everything that you need to do with your bundle. And then you're going to begin the process of sourcing for a bundle. The other thing that you're going to get as part of this class is we're going to give you a list of, I believe it is either 2,000 or 3,000 wholesale suppliers that you can use that may help you on your journey to creating the perfect bundle, or gradually getting to the place where you create a perfect bundle. We're also going to give you, there's another thing that we're also going to give you. So I'll tell you, or we'll either receive an email that has the link to either the 2000 or 3000 will also be loaded into your back office. So you'll have access to it there. In the 5th session, we're going to do a recap and review, and we're going to talk about your numbers, and we're going to talk about optimizing your listings. And then as we go through sessions 6, we're going to talk about niches and selling strategies and customer service around selling your bundles. Again, this bundle idea works on any platform. You could sell bundles on Shopify. You can sell them on eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Etsy, Google Shopping, Bonanza. Like, you can sell them on whatever platform you choose. In session 7, we're going to talk about trademarks. Let's say you're going the brand direction and you want to establish a brand and take this bundle idea even further, including going all the way into creating subscription boxes. So we're going to step through that in sessions 7 and 8. We're also going to talk about what a VA can do or a prep or fulfillment center can do to help you with getting your bundle products out to customers or help you to streamline some of your business operations. So we're taking a deep dive into this, and I hope that you'll find all this information helpful. So an overview of today, we're going to talk about mindset, building a schedule. We're going to do bundles overview. We're going to look at a couple of bundles, multi-pack overview, and then we're going to get into some sourcing, a high level, and talk about keyword research. So as part of this class, make no promises, no guarantees. Your results are based on your effort, your decisions, and your work. That is always the case. And I will say, on my bundles journey, I am not a perfect bundle creator. I do create a lot of bundles. I love creating bundles. I can see bundles in almost everything. You literally go into a store and see a bundle in something. It's just sort of natural for me. Will all of my bundles sell 100% of the time? The answer is no. But as you do something over and over again over time, you get better at it. And so that has been the thing for me, is that my progressional growth in creating bundles that sell and move and making sure that I'm doing the effective keyword research and all of that, I have been so glad that I've been consistent on this journey. So again, when you first start, you may not create the perfect bundle. It may take you 3, 4, or 10 to get there. But my goal is to give you what you need to be able to get good at compiling a good bundle, taking great pictures, creating a good listing, and making sure, doing the things that you can to get more traffic and traction to your bundle. So with that being said, the goal of this class is, of course, to create a bundle. We're going to create a bundle in this class. Now, you're going to create your own bundle. It's going to be based off of your work. But together, we're going to look at some things. And by the end of the class, you definitely create a couple of bundles if you take action. As a long-term goal, I would love to see you incorporate creating bundles into your current business strategy, at least one bundle a month. If you want to be more aggressive and you really want to get better at this bundle thing, because let me just tell you, the ROI on bundles is higher than in most individual products, okay? Depending on what you're selling, what your profit margins are, like the ROI can be much higher because people see value in buying things that are clustered together, so they're willing to pay more. So if you want to challenge yourself, I would encourage you to try and create one bundle a week. That's 52 bundles in a year. Again, it's great. It's a great opportunity to fold this activity into your daily operations. That's what I'm going to encourage you to do. I hope that you do. So if you have a goal over the next 90 days or 90 days after you take this course, let's say you're like, I'm going to play around with bundles and I just really want to see if I can make $2,000 in bundles. Okay, fine. $2,000 over 90 days. That means that you have to have a profit of $166 a week or $24 in profit a day. Okay. So can you get to $166 a week in profit on bundles? I feel like you can. Over 90 days, I feel like you can. But again, it's going to take your effort and your work. If you want to stretch yourself and you're going to push it even further and you want to make $2,000 a month in profit in bundles, then you're going to have to, make sure that your profit is $500 a week. And that's $72 a day. So this is sort of a breakdown of what is your goal? And you have to write down your goal. You have to decide where you want to go with this bundle journey. Do you want to try and in your current e-commerce business, keep running your current e-commerce business and add an extra $2,000 a month in profit to your business? Then your goal is going to be $500 a week in profit in making bundles. And that's $72 a day in making bundles. So let's say you have a bundle. I've got to do the math real quick of 72 divided by 2. Hold on, my phone is stuck. So I'm going to do some quick math on my phone. Let's see. Okay. So it's $36. So could you sell bundles that you have a $36 profit? So you just sell 2 bundles a day that have a $36 profit? The answer is yes. I sell bundles, that have $45 profit. I sell bundles that have a $50 profit. So I sell bundles that have a $20 profit. So could you sell bundles that have a $72 profit in a day? The answer is yes. $36, two bundles a day with a $36 profit. Yeah, you can do that. If you're going for 4,000, you need to have 4,000 in 90 days. You need to have $48 in profit in the 90-day period each day. If you're trying to go for an extra $4,000 a month, that's $143 a day. So I'm just breaking down for you what it is per day that you need to make in order to get to your profit goals. And if your profit goals are beyond this, that's fine as well. But again, if you want to tackle the stretch goal, that would be 52 bundles a year. 52, one new bundle a week, introducing. Because sometimes over time, people will jump onto your bundle listings. And so you're like, okay, I got to create a new one. That's a product that's in demand. So let's talk about your mindset on this bundles journey. Sorry, I have to minimize this. It's floating. It's a floating thing. This floating panel. It's in my way. All right. So mindset. None of this works unless you commit. That is the biggest thing that I think most people have to remember about their e-commerce business, that they have to be committed to it and they have to be consistent. Commitment and consistency. Consistency is the second thing that's most important. All of us get distracted. Things happen in our lives and we're just distracted by what is happening. Why, I literally was on the COVID journey. That was no fun. I'm still recovering from COVID. It's still no fun. But there's always something that's going to get in our way. Something is going to happen. Whenever you make a commitment to something, inevitably something happens. And I use that analogy. And let's say I decide that I'm going to get really focused and committed on my finances. Well, something inevitably is going to happen that's going to try and distract me and blow it out the water. Let's say I want to get committed on weight loss. Let's say I want to get committed on, learning how to drive. I know how to drive. But again, you have to be, all of these things that you're trying to get committed on require a time investment from you and require focus from you, regardless of what it is. It requires focus and it requires a time commitment. And so the biggest thing about this journey being an e-commerce seller is that a lot of the times we're not committed. We're not committing the time. We haven't planned the time. We haven't made the time to be successful in our business. And as soon as it gets difficult, as soon as it gets hard, as soon as it gets frustrating, we decide, oh, we're done. I'm out. I'm tapped out. And we quit. So one of the things that I do want to encourage you on this journey, no matter if it's selling bundles or selling anything else, is that you have to decide, okay, no matter how hard it is, I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try to figure this out. Because things will get interesting. They will get tough. All of us have had challenges where things were hard for us. Perfect example is, I think most everybody on the call can walk. We all walk, okay? I hope so. If you don't, it's okay. You still figure out, you get around some kind of way, whether it's in a wheelchair or something else. But that journey to getting to where we are right now, where we can walk, was challenging. Because I want you to think about it, like when we're 1 or 1.5, whatever, 9, whatever the months were, 10 months, 12 months, whatever, it was a challenge for us to be able to walk. We literally had to figure out how to stand up. We had to figure out how to move our bodies in such a way that we could get one foot in front of the other We looked like round, fluffy, drunk little babies. We were struggling to get from one place to the other. It was not perfect. There was nothing graceful about it. And we failed multiple times until we got it right. We did. Same thing with learning to eat. We all failed at it. We did. We probably eat just fine right now. It might be a problem that we eat just fine right now. Okay. But the point is that we all failed at it initially. It was the whole learning how to hold the spoon or the fork, trying to get food into our mouths versus all over our clothes and on the tray. Like, I'm confident everybody went through this. Everyone went through this journey. All of us did. And so we failed at it. But the one thing that kept us going is that we were motivated by our failure. We were motivated because we wanted it so bad. We wanted to be able to walk. We wanted to be able to eat. Probably were hungry, probably motivated by hunger or the food thing. So as part of this journey, I want you to give yourself some grace and mercy. I want you to be patient with your growth and your progression and patient in your business. But I also want you to make a note of what is your why? Why are you doing this business? Why did you, as a little baby, why did we all want to walk? Like, there was probably something on the other side of the room we wanted. We wanted to get to mommy or daddy or whatever the case may be. There was something that motivated us to want to, our curiosity could have been it, but there was something. The reason why I ask you what your why is, because at the end of the day, when things start getting rough, tough, hard, difficult, you have to be able to come back to your why. You have to, over and over again, be able to come back to your why, so that when it does get tough, that you remind yourself, oh, okay, I know why I'm doing this. The reason I'm doing this is blah, blah, whatever that happens to be. So you need to make a note right now, get your notebooks out, write down 3 reasons why you took this workshop and what motivates you. Okay. What motivates you to do e-commerce? What motivates you to do this business? And also what excites you and what happens if you fail? Because again, you're not, the first time you make a bundle may not be the perfect bundle. I'm just going to tell you that. I'm just being honest with you. You may have to do bundles for a while before you get better at it. Does that mean you're going to quit? Some of you will, some of you won't. So you have to decide. So I want to encourage you to really sit down, write down your why you took this workshop. What are you hoping to accomplish? Where do you want to go with your business? What do you want to see? What do you want to see change in your business? What motivates you to do e-commerce? What motivates you to even, think about just growing or scaling your business? Because I feel like bundles is a great way to grow your profit margins, to grow your business. And what excites you about doing e-commerce, and what don't you like about it? You might as well just go ahead and write that down. Like, some people don't like the tedious day-to-day. Some people don't like the independence of it, meaning they kind of get, I wish I had somebody to talk to all the time and somebody around me, or I wish I had an accountability partner, or maybe I wish I had more money to be able to invest in inventory, or I wish I managed the funds better, or I wish I got better at creating product listings. What motivates you about what do you like about the business, and what don't you like? And then what happens if you fail? And when what I try to do is, when my why is my kids. Like, them walking into the room just reminds me why I do what I do. I do it because I know at the end of the day, I'm not going to live forever. I'm not. And I need them to have as much therapy and as much help and support as possible to be able to be as successful as possible when I'm gone. I want them to not only survive in life, I want them to thrive. And the only way they're going to thrive is that they gain some of the skills. So I got to pay for therapy. I got to pay for helpers. I've got to pay for programs. I've got to pay for supplements. I've got to pay for alternative therapies. All of this stuff I have to pay for. So when I think about the fact that you're not going to be here forever, what happens to your kids when you're gone? Do what you can right now to help them to be as successful as possible, to develop the skills that are going to help them to be successful in life. That is the reason why I do what I do. There is no other reason. It's not even about the money. Because if you know how I live, and people who know me personally know how I live so simple and so plain. I don't have a fancy car. I have a car that has duct tape on it. I don't have a fancy house. I don't buy a lot of clothes for myself. I don't do any of these things. because I reinvest a significant amount of the money that I make into my kids. I also invested into my business, but I invested into my kids to get them what they need to be successful. So for me, it's not about the money. It's about the money to be able to help them with therapies, but it is not about the money to be able to buy the big fancy house, the shiny car, the bling bling. I'm not that person. I'm not that chick. I don't even care about that stuff. So write that down and think about it. What is your why? What motivates you? So as you're on this journey, figuring out your why, as we talked about before, commitment is important. Having the right mindset in your business, being committed to your business, and consistency in your business. These two things go hand in hand. Consistency requires you to build some consistency. Being consistent will help you build some habits. There are habits of successful sellers, and the reason that they are successful is because they do the same thing all the time. All the time. They may do it for different products and different product lines, but they do the same thing all the time. And so the question becomes, for you personally, do you feel like you have the habits to be a successful seller? Do you feel like you're consistent in your business right now? If you're not, this is an opportunity to step back and say, okay, I need to put some processes in place if I really want to grow and scale my business going forward, or if I just want to get better at being a good seller so that I can, like there are people that do this business and they don't want the shiny house either. They just want to have enough money to live comfortably, to keep the lights on and keep water coming out of their faucet. That's their thing. So again, what are you doing in your business? Do you feel like you're being consistent? I know successful sellers who are consistent in their business, and when they execute things in their business, it is imperfect action over and over and over and over and over again. But they've done enough imperfect action to make a lot of money. And they know that they're not perfect at organization. They know they're not perfect at a lot of stuff. But these people, most of them are guys that I know, they like make a lot of money, but they definitely do a lot of imperfect action. Now, does that mean that over time, like, okay, they could improve it? Yeah. Some of them, they definitely need some VAs in place. Others, they need to step back, re-engineer or reorganize their business. And so sometimes they're not willing to do that. But some of them are motivated to do that because they're like, okay, I'm at, $500,000 in sales or $1 million in sales or $2 million in sales. And I really want to scale this up, but I know I'm not organized enough. So I got to get organized. And I know that my consistency is a good thing. So I got to break some of my bad habits to build new ones. So the goal is to get to the place that you want to get to. I want you to pay attention to if you're admiring people, that's a good thing and a bad thing, because remember, everybody's journey is different. So please never compare yourself to somebody else's journey. But there might be one characteristic or two characteristics about that person that you may be following that you like. And just make a note of what that characteristic is, because it may be a skill that you're thinking in yourself that you are lacking of and you need to develop. If consistency is one of your problem areas, building a real work schedule is going to help you to get there. Managing your time and being more efficient in your business operations is going to help you to get there. So what is stopping you from being consistent in your business? What's getting in your way? What's distracting you? Is that you spend too much time on social media? Is it that you hang out too much time on YouTube and you get sucked into the YouTube vortex and you're trying to figure out 4 hours later, what did you do with the last 4 hours of your time? Is it that you like to veg on certain TV shows, or you like to talk to people on the phone for hours? Like, oh, okay, I am going to binge watch, blah, blah, blah. Could you be investing that time into your business? Is it that you just really are not even motivated at all to do it? I will say that you, during the last 12 or 24 months, have been rough for a lot of people from an emotional standpoint. And so sometimes we do need to take a mental health break, because this pandemic journey has been stressful for everybody. It has caused people to change in ways that their family members and friends never thought they would, and good or bad or indifferent. And it has also caused increased anxiety and stress in people. So you do have to give yourself some grace and mercy. And if what is stopping you is that anxiety and stress, then acknowledge it and work towards figuring out a solution to those challenges. If the binge watching TV is getting in your way, or the fact that you spend so much time on YouTube or so much time on social media, you're going to implement processes. You need to write it down so you can acknowledge that that is the challenge that you're experiencing. And then you need to work towards finding solutions to solve those problems. Whatever that is that's getting in your way, that's stopping you from being consistent in your business and active in your business on a regular basis. If it's your kids that are distracting you. So early in my journey, my kids would always distract me. So one of the things I had to do was I definitely had to invest in longer hours for the helper, but I also had to have activity boxes for my kids to do. So that if I needed an hour to work on listings, or if I needed an hour to do shipments when they were smaller, I would give them an activity box and tell them they couldn't get up until the activity box was done. Now, my youngest would just sit there and look at it and take the pieces out, maybe break them in half or whatever. But my oldest would actually engage in the activity box. So find something your kids like. And then that way it buys me an hour's time to be able to do the things that I need to do. So there's an answer to your problem in your business on what's stopping you, what's distracting you, what's getting in your way. You need to do some analysis, just first of all, acknowledge that it's real for you and look for solutions. There's a solution out there for you and work towards gradually implementing that over time. Maybe give yourself a few weeks, maybe even a couple of months, just to try and implement that consistency and routine. One of the best ways that I know to do that is to build a schedule. So I call it the checklist lifestyle. So you can check off, I did these things. Okay, I got these things done. I also think that building time blocks into your life can also help bring some of that consistency into your world as well. So we're going to do that in just a second. So the other thing is, how many hours do you actually work in your business? So a lot of us will say, I work 10 hours a week in my business. Okay. I work 20 hours a week in my business. Okay. Now, let's really look at those 10 hours, those 20 hours. Are you really working in your business? Or are you sitting on the computer, playing around, not focused, you're not committed, you don't have a plan for what you're about to do with this 1 hour or this 2 hours or this 3 hours? So I follow Dave Ramsey. I like Dave Ramsey. And one of the strategies that he talks about is giving every single one of your dollars an assignment. So that if you got paid $100, you can't trying to figure out where did that $100 go at the end of a week. If you didn't give every single dollar an assignment, then it is just going to go away on its own. So I take $100 and I say, okay, I'm going to spend $75 on groceries. I'm going to spend $25 on gas. And that was the assignment for that full $100. It can't go anything outside of that. And when I make my grocery list, I'm going to be specific on what I'm going to be buying, because I know I only got $75 to be able to buy groceries with. If I am only putting $25 in gas, I know that I'm not going to be driving around to some random places. I'm going to order my week or organize my week in such a way that I'm efficient about the gas I'm about to use, because I don't have any more money than this $100. So when you look at your time, time is finite. We're all going to leave at some point on this earth. And you don't want to get to the end of life and go, how much of my time did I waste doing stuff that wasn't helpful, beneficial, or useful, or didn't add value to my life, or add value to other people's lives, contributed positively in a meaningful way? We've wasted time. All of us have. So the goal is to get more re-engaged and refocused into your business. So I want you to write down, be honest with yourself. How many hours a week do you actually say you commit to your business? And then what is the real activity? If you say you're working, I'm going to work in my business today for 2 hours. So if I'm saying 10 hours a week, 2 hours today. Did you really work 2 hours today? Or did you sit down in front of the computer, mess around, and then say, okay, I need to create at least one listing? So it took you 1 hour to create one listing. That's a problem. That's inefficiency, and you will never, ever, ever get to your income goals doing that kind of stuff. So again, or 1 hour and you didn't even come up with half of a bundle concept. Like, you have to be specific on what you're going to do with those things. How many hours do you work in your business a day? And when is your most productive time of the day? I think most people don't realize that there is a most productive time of the day for all of us. We don't appreciate it. We don't realize it. We don't recognize it. So my most productive time of the day is the morning. If you ask me to do something in my business, or if I needed to do something in my business, doing it at 9 o'clock at night is going to get me nowhere, because whatever I can do from 9 in the morning or 8 in the morning to 9 in the morning, the most efficient use of my time, I can get a bunch of stuff done in that 1 hour. It's unbelievable how much I can get in that 1 hour because I'm most focused. My energy, my brain is like ready to go. I can think quickly. Ideas come to me very fast. All of that stuff happens very fast for me first thing in the morning. At night, I'm slowing down. It takes me 3 hours to do the same amount of work that I did in that 1 hour in the morning. So if you recognize that in yourself and in your life, if you're that person that says, I'm going to spend 1 hour listing. And so in the morning, you're able to list and you get like 20 things listed in 1 hour. And then at night, you try to list at least 20 things. And in 3 hours, you got 5 things listed. Clearly, the nighttime is not the time to create listings for you. So you need to figure out the most optimal time of the day for you to create listings. And maybe it happens to be while you're at work. Maybe you work a 9 to 5. And so if it is while you're at work, then you've got to figure out how to make that work to your advantage. Maybe you get up an extra hour early because then you can gain back that hour because you listing at night and it takes you twice as long or 3 times as long to do the same number of listings you do first thing in the morning. Your brain is not as fresh, blah, blah, blah. You're not making the best use of your time. Do the things that are irrelevant that you can do that are not going to require focused, dedicated energy to think through. So at night, I might, if I was doing retail arbitrage and I was going out to thrift stores or whatever, in the evening, I might sit down with my kids while they're doing whatever, doing homework or whatever, and take labels off of things because it doesn't require me to think. It doesn't require me to figure out what keywords I want to use for something. It doesn't require me to figure out anything. Like I can just take labels off of things and clean them off. And I can chase a child down and then put the item down, chase a child, bring them back to the table to make them eat and continue to take labels off of stuff. So you need to make a note of when your most productive time of the day. Does that make sense to everybody finding that information? Does that make sense? All right. Okay, so we're going to do an exercise around building a schedule. I feel like the schedule is going to help you to build the consistency, and the consistency is going to help you build the habits around this whole journey. Okay. All right. So I use my phone. It's one of my favorite things to use. My phone, everybody's phone, it doesn't matter if you have an Android or if you have an iPhone. Everyone's phone has a clock. And typically when you click on the clock, you have some options on the clock. So on the clock, you have like a timer or stopwatch option. And then you have the ability to set alarms. So I use my phone to one, I can use it as a stopwatch. I also use the little kitchen timers from the Dollar Tree. They are now $1.25. And I set little kitchen timers on my desk if I need to do a blocked time activity. And I will also set alarms on my phone. So let me explain to you how I use the alarms on my phone and how I use the kitchen timers. And then I also use the Google Calendar. Those are my favorite things to use. So my phone, if I have recurring meetings with my VAs, they're in another country, and I have to meet with them a certain time around creating listings or doing product research or whatever it happens to be, I set an alarm on my phone that's normally about 2 to 3 minutes before the meeting is supposed to occur. So if I'm supposed to meet with them at 9:30 in the morning, I set an alarm on my phone that's a recurring alarm Monday, whatever the days I'm supposed to meet with them. So if I meet with them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I set it on my phone for Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:27. And I put their name in the description because there's normally a label box for that or a label field. And I put their name in that description. And so the alarm will go off at 9:27, giving me enough time to shift gears, to finish up whatever I was in the middle of wrapping up, and to begin to shift my thinking about what it is I need to do next, which is work with this VA on whatever it is that I had to give them to do. like doing that follow up on, oh, okay, you were creating listings. Let me see the listings you created. Let me see the keywords that you use. Let me see the product descriptions you came up with, whatever it happens to be for my VA. Okay. So I set an alarm for those recurring activities. If I have a regular touch base meeting with my business partner, then I have a recurring alarm that's about 2 to 3 minutes before that. And it just goes off and I know that's what I'm supposed to do. Whenever I have anything to do for my own family, like counseling sessions for my son, I have a recurring reminder on my phone that pops up so that I can remember to do those things so I don't run into, oh, okay, I didn't have it or I didn't meet that meeting. So these are the things that I do in my business to be able to keep me or help me to stay on top of these activities that need to happen in my business to make me successful and to keep me going. Um, I will also, if I have a doctor's appointment, I can set one-off things so they're not recurring. I can just set up, hey, this is happening on this day at this time. So I don't forget, oh, you have a doctor's appointment. And I will set an alarm about an hour before the doctor's appointment in the label field. I will put that I have an appointment with Dr. Blah, blah. The other thing I do with my schedule is I don't schedule anything in the middle of when I'm supposed to be working in my business. If I discover that my most optimal time of the day is the morning for my business, I don't schedule doctor's appointments in the morning. I don't go get the oil put in the car or get a tire change for the car in the morning. I don't schedule appointments for my kids in the morning. I don't do any of those things. I make sure I never schedule anything in that time where that is my most productive time of the day. And that is when I want to work in my business. So I will schedule doctor's appointments in the afternoon. I will schedule everything else for my kids in the afternoon, even though I don't like going to the doctor in the afternoon because it just messes up your whole day because we already know that they're behind schedule in the afternoons. But I will do it anyway because my business is more important than, sitting in whatever with the doctor's office because I want to use that most optimal time of the day to get things done. The other thing that I do, so I use my phone to set up recurring things that I know that I'm doing all the time, people I need to meet with, things I need to touch base on, and important one-time meetings. So I met with a tax accountant yesterday. So I set that on my phone 3 days ago for that time, 3 minutes before the meeting was supposed to happen. And it was a Zoom call. So I knew it was happening. It's also on my regular calendar too, but I set it on my phone just in case I'm in the middle of deep thought, in the middle of analysis, looking at my numbers, and I don't want to be caught off guard that I'm about to shift my thinking to work on something else, to focus on something else. I use the little kitchen timers because most of the time I set up most of my work in 30-minute time blocks. And even though I'm not going to get everything done in 30 minutes, if I'm going to spend an hour and a half doing product listings or sourcing research or shipping activities, I will literally, break it up into 30-minute blocks, but I will set a kitchen timer for 30 minutes at a time so that I can remember to take a break, drink something, get up and move, walk around, whatever it is, so that I can come back to that same activity in that hour and a half time block. So I will break up that hour and a half time block into 3 different pieces because we know looking at the same thing over and over again for an hour and a half, you're really not as productive. You need to go take a break. You need to drink something. You need to, go to the restroom. You need to whatever it needs, and then come back to it like 2 minutes later or 3 minutes later and start again. You're still in that mindset, but what it does is it breaks it up because again, the longer you do something, you have the law of diminishing return. You're not going to get the same results. So it sort of is a quick reset, and then I go back to whatever it is that I need to do. So I set time blocks on my calendar to be able to be productive in my business. And then the other things that I'll do, some of the tricks, is there's on YouTube, they have those little study videos that are sounds. So I'll play that in the background. If I'm working for 3 hours in my business, I will play that in the background at a very, very low setting. So I'll go to YouTube, pull it up, and then I'll play it at a low setting. That if it's 3 hour duration, then I know when I'm done, like in that 3 hours, the video will be done. So they have 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. They have some long ones. You can just literally search YouTube study videos or concentration videos or focus videos, and you'll be surprised. It's just sounds. That's all it is. The other thing for those of you that have family and kids, sometimes you need to, if you're working from home, and I've been working from home since 2000 and ooh, 5, I think. Sometimes you have to set clock in and clock outs because you need to feel like you're going to a job. So you start off the day as I am the CEO of my business. Now I'm going to go be an employee in my business. Eventually you want to get out of that, but right now you might be an employee of your business. So I have to take off the CEO hat and I have to clock in as the employee so that I can do whatever the task is. And if it's a shipping related task where I got to ship a bunch of stuff, then I'm clocking in as that employee. The great thing about that is at the end of the day, you can say, would I rehire me? Would I rehire me if I were me? Question is yes or no. Don't answer that right now. So you want to be as focused as possible on your business. You might put a sign on your door to tell your family that from this time to this time, please don't bother me. And that includes my trips back and forth to the restroom or to get a cup of water. Please don't bother me during this time because I'm really focused on getting this stuff done. And then when I'm done, we can sit down and watch whatever show you want to watch together. We can go throw the ball together. We can go ride your bike together. Like we can do all these things. So notify your family when you're going to work in your business. So now we're going to talk about our work on the Google Calendar. My favorite thing in the whole wide world. Let me escape out of this. We're going to do a quick Google Calendar exercise. I did it earlier. Okay, so on the Google Calendar, you have this little My Calendars over here on the side. And the My Calendars over on the side gives you the opportunity to create new calendars. So I have a lot of calendars over here. So if I scroll down, click on Add Other Calendar, I can click on New Calendar. So let me do that again so you can see I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of mine. You may only have like 2 or 3 over here, and I got 5,000. So go to Other Calendars, click on the plus to add a new calendar, and then click on Create New Calendar. Then once you create a new calendar, whatever you want to call it, you can call it your productivity calendar, e-commerce calendar, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and call it test, and I'm going to call it productivity. Because maybe your productivity, you're trying to improve your productivity for your business. Okay, you can call it your e-commerce calendar, whatever you want to. Click on the words create. You're going to get a little message down here that says it has been successfully created. Now it's time to configure it. So I can go to, if you want to grant your family access to it, you can go and configure it so that you can grant your family access to it. And then they see it on your calendar if your family runs by or operates by a calendar or not. So there's all kinds of cool things you can do with it. So today is the 11th, and we are using the test and productivity calendar. This calendar can also be seen on your phone if you have a Google, Gmail account. You can see it on your phone. So let's say your most productive time of the day is in the morning. And so after the kids get out the door, you're going to spend some time on some customer related activities. So before you start this exercise, you need to write down what are the things you do in your business. If you've never done that, that is really eye-opening. To know exactly what you do in your business. And when I say customer related activity, this could be following up on emails that you may have received from your customers, following up on inquiries from customers, dealing with refunds and returns, following up and researching where the refund and return is, processing refunds. It could be any of those customer related activities. When you first starting your business, you may not have a lot of those. Like you may only have like, 1 or 2. So you could finish this task in like 2 minutes. But as your business continues to grow and evolve, and that's the goal, that's the objective, is that your business grows and evolves, you're going to have more of that activity that you have to do. So you can set a time. It may be only 15 minutes that you really want to give this. You can give it the 15 minutes if that's really what you want to put assigned to it. So for this time block, I'm just going to put it to 30 minutes because I like 30 minutes. I feel like 30 minutes is always good. And let me just show you what I just did. I went over to, I'll go back for just a second, discard. The first thing I did was I clicked in the box. When I clicked in the box, I typed customer related or customer activity. I'm just going to call it customer activity. You can lump whatever you want to into customer activity. You can define it and lump it in there. So if you want to say, I want to process all customer inquiries, customer emails, customer returns, customer refunds, all during this window. If that's what you want to do, put them all in that window, okay? Then I clicked on more options. So I always forget. I do this on autopilot. So I forget that I have to slow down sometimes. Once I click on more options, it pops up this window. And then I go and I change the time that I want that window to be for. And so I changed it to 8 to 8:30 instead of 8 to 9 because it defaults an hour by default. And then I click on the words does not repeat. And I'm going to scroll down to custom because this is something I do every single day in my business, Monday through Friday. And maybe I do it on Saturdays as well. So Monday through Saturday, I'm checking my business, whether I have a Shopify store, whether I have a Walmart store, I'm checking my business every single day for customer inquiries. Okay. On Amazon, some of this stuff is taken care of, but on eBay, it's you. On Walmart, it's you. On some of these other platforms, it's you. So make some time to be able to do this activity. Okay. So I'm going to say that it never ends. You could say that it ends after a certain period of time. And you can click on the on and set a time, or I can say after so many occurrences. But this is every day for me. This is my business. So I'll choose that, choose done. I'm going to set a color for this. So I'm going to set the color as this peach, whatever this lavender number is. And then I'm going to actually click on notification. I'm going to set a 10-minute reminder right before. So if you have notifications on your phone, it'll also just pop up as a little message that says this is what you're doing right now. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and click save. Now I have this customer related activity that's on my calendar. And as I scroll to my calendar every single week, every new week, it's there. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I have some kind of sourcing or product research related activity. So I have product research. You can call it whatever you want to. You can decide that product research and sourcing are two different activities, because if you're doing product research, could be stuff that you're doing. If you're doing retail arbitrage, could be the things that you're doing before you leave the house. So you could be doing product research before you leave the house. It could also be keyword research that you're doing. And if you want to separate keyword research, you could have a separate task for that. And then sourcing could be stuff that you go out and you're physically going to the store and you're going to be gone and you're doing sourcing that kind of way. Or it could be that you're having conversations with wholesale suppliers, distributors, whatever it happens to be. That could be your sourcing activity. So you did the product research, you found the products. Now I need to go and have the conversation. I want to buy this in bulk. I want to negotiate. I want to whatever. However you want to break up the activities. So the first task you have to do is write down what you do in your business. Every little activity, every single task. And then you're going to give it a time slot. Okay. So this is 8:30 to 9:30. And I'm going to click on does not repeat. I'm going to do custom. I'm going to say I do this Monday through Friday. I'm going to click done. I'm going to change the color to some other color. So let's just make it, we can leave it orange. And then I am going to give it a notification. So I'm going to click on add notification and I'm going to save. Now I have an hour-long activity that is Monday through Friday. That is product research or sourcing. Again, I'm not really putting real times to this. Maybe you're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're doing 2 hours, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, you're doing 1 hour. I don't know. You decide what works for you. Then I know that I have a listing related activity. And I know that a listing related activity is what really makes me money. Okay. I can do all the product research I want to and all the sourcing I want to, but until that item is listed on some platform where somebody can find it and they can spend some money to get it from me, it's irrelevant. It's just stuff that's collecting dust. So I don't want it to collect dust. I need to list it. So a listing activity makes me money. I always make sure that all my things that make me money are green. Every time I create that task, for me, it's green. Okay, I'm going to click on does not repeat, go to custom. This is Monday through Friday, or I could do it on Saturday too. You decide. I'm going to click done. And I put 1 hour for that. Again, you can change up the times. Maybe your listing is longer on some days than the other. If you're not listing, maybe you're having your VA do the listings. And so your job is to come back and check the listings. It's still a listing related activity. You're reviewing listings. Maybe you're using listing software and it's loading up. Or maybe you're transferring your listings from one platform to the other, like you're using List Perfectly. Doesn't matter. It's still a listing related activity. So call it whatever you want to, however you run your business, whatever the method is, okay? The product has to be listed somewhere in order for you to make money, whether you do it or somebody else does it or some software does it, and you can always go check your listings. So this makes me money. I'm gonna put dollar signs on it. You can put the dollar signs before or after, whichever one. Okay, so then I have a shipping related activity. Again, doesn't matter to me who does it. It's irrelevant who does it. It could be you. It could be a fulfillment center where you're checking to make sure that it got sent out. It could be a shipment that's coming in from China and you're checking to make sure that it actually got shipped and your fulfillment center or your prep center received it. It could be your drop shipping. And so you're making sure that the item got shipped to the customer. So you're checking to see that the item actually got shipped to the customer. It could be any number of shipping related activity. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care who's doing it or how it gets done. It could be you packaging up your shipment after you've maybe put all the labels on it to go to Amazon. So that's a shipping related activity. You're working in the business to create the shipment, package it, label it, package it up, send it to Amazon. So you're doing the shipping related activity, or you could be shipping stuff to your customers. So however your business operation structure works, you figure out how much time you think you need for this activity and you go assign it. Okay? Doesn't matter. It's shipping related activity. Something's getting shipped somewhere by somebody or something. There's some kind of shipping activity happening. I know the shipping activities make me money. Shipping activities make me money. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to mark this as green because it makes me money, all right? And I'm going to click on custom and I'm going to set this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm also, because this makes me money, I'm going to save. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put a shipping activity on Saturdays. Maybe I get up, I do a shipping activity for about an hour, set a reminder. And oops, I don't want to do that. And instead of it being every day of the week, I'm going to actually do weekly on Saturday. So every Saturday, I have a shipping activity for 1 hour. Okay. So now you're starting to see this schedule get built out for you. And it's multicolored, all kinds of amazing colors. You could have an admin activity, administrative. Maybe you're doing reconciling your accounts. You're going in and doing an audit. You're trying to see what your profit margins are. It could be any number of things. This does not, I mean, it could make you money if you discover you made some mistakes or gives you an opportunity to tweak some things, but really the selling of your products is what really makes you money. So anyway, you can figure out how much time you want to set for this. Maybe you want to do 30 minutes and maybe you only want to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Or maybe you want to do it every single day. You want to see where you are because you could be Mr. Moneybanks or Mrs. Moneybanks, and you could be making a lot of money in your business. So maybe you want to do it every day. And I am going to make this activity purple. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a notification and save. So now I've got administrative tasks. And then let's just say you are an advocate for making sure that you stay up to date on whatever is happening. So this is where we all get sucked into the vortex when we're trying to figure out how to do something. Like maybe this is the first time you're creating listings on Amazon and you come across some field and you're trying to figure it out. So you go search on YouTube and you find a video, but then you find another video, then it recommends another video, then you find another video. And then 3 hours later, you're trying to figure out, oh my God, I didn't get anything done because I was just trying to figure out what this checkbox is for. And I have now watched 8 videos, okay? Don't say it's never happened to you. I'm confident that it has. So what I try to do is if I find something that is interesting and that is going to potentially be helpful to me, I am going to set aside some dedicated education time, okay? You can set it for 2 hours. You can set it for 3 hours. This is you staying caught up on your skills or your development. That is your goal. That is your mission. That is what your objective is that I am trying to, to the best of my ability, I'm trying to stay caught up on whatever the latest and greatest is. And maybe you've decided for the next 3 months, I'm going to, during my education window, I'm going to focus on getting better at Facebook ads. So during this 2-hour window, you're going to focus on Facebook ads activity. And maybe there was one other video that you needed to also learn. So if there's a video that I come across accidentally or on purpose, I paste it in down here in the description, or I can open up a notepad and I will add it to the notepad and attach the notepad to this calendar request. So that way, when I open it up, I already know what I'm supposed to be studying. I'm supposed to be studying Facebook ads. I'm supposed to be studying Google ads. I'm supposed to be studying how to do Etsy. I've never done Etsy before. And so since I've never sold on Etsy, and I have sold on Etsy, but I've never sold on Etsy before. So I want to learn a new platform. So for 3 months or for 6 months, I'm going to spend my 1 hour every single Sunday or 2 hours every single Sunday learning a new platform and mastering a new platform. Okay. Or maybe you're going to watch videos on getting better at business organization. Whatever it happens to be, that's the goal that you want to focus on. Okay. So you need to figure out what it is you want to focus on. I would encourage you to put what it is down here. If you get distracted in the middle of the week, maybe you're working on something on Wednesday and you decide you need to watch a video to find out how to submit this order to this new supplier, whatever. So you go to a YouTube video, you watch it, it suggests 5 other videos, paste the other 5 videos down here and go back to the task, because that is not what you're supposed to be doing right now. Finish the work that you're trying to finish, paste the other 4 videos that recommend it to you and put it down here, save it. And then that way you can, let me open this again. That way you can come back to it. So this is every Sunday. I'm going to change the color and I'm going to make it this color, whatever this color is. Okay. So I'm going to save it. What I did was, now I have this calendar as I go through here and I scroll every single week. It is the same thing. It is the same thing over and over. If I need to tweak it, then I can tweak it. If I discover that I need 2 hours to create listings, I can come back. If I discover 2 weeks from now, I need to spend 2 hours on listings, I literally can come in here, I double click on it, or I can click on the pencil, one or the other. I can change this from this time to this time. And then I can click save and it's going to say, do I want to do it for all of the prior ones or just this one going forward? I'm going to do this one going forward. And now I have made the change. I can come into shipping, move shipping down, move admin down, and move all of them down so that this time block is now correct. So your goal, again, is to build a schedule that's going to help you to be as productive as possible. And then every morning when you get up, come back and review your schedule. What did you write? What does your schedule need to be? What does it need to look like? And make adjustments to your schedule when you decide or you determine that the schedule is not serving you well. The goal is for the schedule to serve you. And if it's not serving you well, you need to make adjustments, go make adjustments. Okay. Was this helpful to you all? Does this make sense to you? So step 1, write down what are the activities you're doing in your business every single day that you're working in your business. Step 2, build a schedule around it. A visual schedule is always helpful. If you've got a planner, you can do it in the planner. If you want to, when you build this on your calendar for Google Calendar, it actually shows up. It's available on your phone. So then you have all these amazing different colors on your phone. Does this make sense? Okay. Any questions about this? So I challenge you to go do that, because this is going to matter as you begin the process of working in your business and you try to fold in bundles into your existing business operations. That's your goal. So if I were going to fold in bundles, maybe I decide that 2 days a week, I'm going to work on product bundles. Maybe I work on product bundles on Mondays and Tuesdays, and that's the only time that I work on them. So I come over here, I do Monday and Tuesday, and I'm going to say I'm working on product bundles. Okay, and I need to decide what I'm doing on bundles. Okay. You need to decide what it is that you're doing on bundles. Okay. So am I doing product research on bundles? Am I doing sourcing on bundles? What am I doing right then? You need to put that task down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it, I don't know, gray. So now going forward, oh, that was the wrong time. Should have been 1 hour earlier, maybe. I don't know. Let's just see. Did I get that right? This one and all following. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to work on product bundles. I need to keep my regular business going and keep it going forward. And I'm going to fold in bundles related activities. So break down the bundles. We're going to break down the bundles activities. So there's listing, there's taking the pictures of bundles, there's doing the product research to create the bundles. All of that is work. So you're going to have those tasks that are associated, with the bundles. So we're doing product research, then you got to do the sourcing. So product research is going to be, what is it that is the demand that I'm going to try and fill? The sourcing is, where am I going to find the products to meet this idea or concept for the demand that I'm trying to fill? And then you got to create the listing. Then you got to take the photos, and then you got to ship the items or figure out what your shipping process is going to be. So it's all the same 5 steps or more that you have to do on bundles. You just need to have a dedicated day in which you're going to focus on those things. And you could, for the bundle stuff, you could set day 1 could be product research and sourcing, and you're spending an hour on product research and an hour on sourcing. Day 2 could be creating the listings and shipping. Like, you can decide how you want to break that up. Okay. We're just trying to fold it into your existing business. And then eventually it gets merged into the stuff that you're already doing up here. And it doesn't have to be its own separate task eventually. But initially, it's going to be its own separate task, because I'm not trying to disrupt your current business. I'm just trying to help you figure out what you're doing in your business and make it more efficient. All right. All right. So the next thing is, let me go back over here. We did the schedule. You can come back and watch that part of the video. So where's the majority of your time going in your business? The majority should be on those income producing, income generating activities. I make sure that I always have $signs on my own personal calendar for income producing activities. My oldest son has been trained, like, this is an income producing activity. I'm not supposed to bother my mom. And so that kind of helps them too, because that means that she's making money, right? Like, this thing that she's about to do, even though it just looks like she's sitting at her desk all day, she's actually getting ready to make some money. You should have a time block for learning activities, product research, for sourcing, for listing, for shipping. Again, these are activities. Doesn't matter who's doing it, how it's getting done, it's still an activity. You should still also have administrative stuff, customer service, returns. If you have a VA, you need to have a time block to deal with your VA, or whatever you have to do. And maybe your VA is doing the listing work and you're just reviewing. So maybe you merge in the meeting with the VA in the listing window, as well as the review of whatever the VA has done for you. So it could be the 2 of those. Okay. So what I want you to do as part of this class is, I want you to build a real work schedule. You need to write down everything you do in your business right now. Whatever your business model is, whether it's drop shipping, whether it's private label, whether it's white label, whether it's retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, whatever your wholesale, whatever your method is, print on demand, I need you to build a real schedule around the activities that you do that you're supposed to be doing, or that you actually do in your business. Everybody, regardless of the model that they choose, everybody has a listing activity. Everybody has a sourcing activity. Everybody has a shipping related activity. Even if you're not doing the shipping yourself, some shipping is happening somewhere and you should be checking it. Okay? Everybody has that. And everybody should have an administrative related activity, or an accounting, or whatever. And everybody should, to some extent, have a customer service, depending on which platform you sell on. Even if you're selling on Amazon, sometimes there are things you have to deal with on the Amazon side. So you still should have a customer service related activity. So there are obvious time blocks that you should have in your business of activities that you engage in that everybody does. Okay. Go build a real work schedule and test drive it. Test drive it for the next couple of weeks. Test drive it for the next 30 days. And if you find that this schedule does not serve you well, come back and tweak it. Test drive the schedule, tweak it, modify it, update it, change it. I need 2 more hours here. I need 1 less hour here. Tweak it again. And know that it's going to be off slightly right now, because we're in December, because of the fact that during this window, for some people, October, November, December, and January, some of their time is like almost doubled or increased by 1.5%. And so that's entirely possible that it's increased by that. And then maybe your February through September is the normal schedule. So build those two out. Let's see what it looks like. Build it for yourself and see if you can follow it. Okay. Use some of my hacks and see what it happens. And, do this for a period of time. You will find that this will be the habits. If you find that back here where I said that what's getting in your way, what's distracting you, what's stopping you, is the fact that you're not consistent in your business. I mean, if you're being honest with yourself, you will know that you're not being consistent in your business. And so you going to work on the things that are going to help you to be consistent in your business. That's the goal at the end of the day. Because the only way you're going to grow it or to get where you want to get better at the things you want to get at, is that you actually are consistent, you have dedicated time. So one of the things that I did early on in my journey is I would have dedicated time to do product bundle research. And so I set if I were using the Sunday example for the education window, that was my window to go see where the pain points are and the breakdowns are and the things that I have opportunities to potentially put bundles together where people were not, where there was no bundles listed and I had a bundle opportunity, or maybe the bundles that were listed were not as great. So I would use that window. Hold on, somebody's calling me. Oh gosh, this is not the day. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, so now that you have a task and that you're going to work on, this is where you can see that I kind of built out a fake schedule. Sourcing, I kind of broke it up. So this might be a schedule that works for a retail arbitrage person where they're doing some research. Maybe they're going in and looking at sales ads or going and looking at what's happening as far as stores. Then they have maybe a shipping related activity. Maybe they're shipping some stuff out to Amazon. I got customer service sourcing. So I'm going out to the stores, doing some sourcing, creating photos, creating listings. So you can see I kind of broke it all down. Think about how you run your business operations. What might your big chunk task be? See if 30-minute windows work initially, maybe expand it up to 2 hours or whatever. And you're going to see if you say, I commit 10 hours a week to my business, you'll see immediately, I really don't commit 10 hours a week to my business. I really only commit about 4 hours a week to my business. And I understand now why I'm not a millionaire. So figure out what you need to change about your business operations. And over time, this will also reveal to you what are the things that you could actually be more efficient at. Maybe you can get more efficient at taking photos. Maybe you can get more efficient at creating listings. Maybe you can get more efficient at the customers. Like there's windows that you'll find and you can tackle just one thing a month. Maybe this month, I'm going to focus for the next 2 months on getting more efficient at shipping and then get my shipping going a little bit better, improve it. And then the next 2 months, I'll focus on sourcing and fix my sourcing problems, improve my sourcing. How do I improve that? I'm going to go watch some educational videos to get better at sourcing. All right. So now let's get into bundles. I hope all of that was helpful. And I apologize for the interruptions. I'm hoping that this is the last time that anybody's going to contact me. So what is a bundle? A bundle is putting multiple things together that can be sold, combined into one package. So there are things that make obvious sense to go together. I use the analogy of salt and pepper shaker all the time. You can go buy a salt pepper shaker, you can buy a pepper shaker, or you can buy them combined. And it makes sense that they go together because typically those are the condiments that you see on the table. When you go to any restaurant, you see them on the table. In most homes, you see the salt and pepper shaker near each other or beside each other. It is just a very common combination. With a multi-pack, it's typically the same thing multiple times. So you're selling the same thing multiple times versus selling something that is a bundle. Another example of a bundle would be like a bathroom set where you have the trash can and the shower rings and the shower curtain and the toilet brush and the cup for rinsing your mouth out for mouthwash and the toothbrush holder. Like those are obvious bundles. Or a bedroom set where you have the flat sheet and the fitted sheet and the pillowcase, the two pillowcases, like that is an obvious bundle. You can always throw in the comforter and the skirt thing that goes with it. So all of those are obvious bundles. So we're going to look at a couple of them. These are bundles. So we have the bundles of food, Crave Box. They've done great on Amazon. We have some baby stuff where they got the little booties along with the little bibs. So those are great. This is a bundle. They're selling these two together. They are two different colors. So they got the green one and the blue one. They're selling them together. This is a bundle of cat toys that are inside of a stocking. So this is a great time of year to sell this kind of stuff. This is Easter eggs. And so they're selling a quantity of 200 Easter eggs that are already pre-filled with stuff in them. So that's a great bundle. Here is a elementary sort of writing learning kit where they've got the pencils and the markers, and they have the books that go with the activity for the kiddos. And then here it looks like an Easter as well, an Easter set where they're selling Easter basket with food. And you can tell that these were superimposed in here. Like this is not really in this basket. This is one of those, I call it a fake image. These are like fake images as well. They're just floating out in the universe. But anyway, this one is definitely a fake image to make it look like it's part of the bundle. But these are all examples of bundles. And then these are examples of multi-packs, multiple ketchups, multiple little miniature Christmas stockings, toothpaste, peanut butter, same peanut butter over and over again. So you're getting a 6-pack. So you can see them. Bundles and or multi-packs, you might see the word pack, kit, set, pieces. You might actually also see bundle, lot. Like you will see different words. So like on eBay, it's not uncommon for you to see the word lot. But you can also see pieces like PCS. So they'll say 8 pieces, 7 pieces, 10 pieces, whatever. You might see kit, you might see set. So these are all common terms to indicate it is more than one of something. It's not independent of itself. So let's go look at some bundles on Amazon. I'm gonna step through this. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, there we go. All right. So I don't know what I typed in here. I have to move. This little floating control is insane. I'm sorry, guys. It literally just trying to move it so that it's out of my way. Hopefully that will work. Okay. Hope I can make some progress here. So they put together a Christmas Crave box. They kill me. The Crave boxes, they are crushing it. All right. So this is a pack of 6 Christmas stockings, bulk, plaid stockings, large, extra large. So during the holidays, typically people will buy more than one of something. They don't just buy one Christmas bulb, they buy multiple Christmas bulbs. They don't just buy one Christmas stocking. Typically, they buy a couple of Christmas stockings. They don't just buy, one set of lights. Typically, they buy a couple of sets of lights. So the great thing about Christmas is there's always multiples, clings, window clings, all of that. There's always multiples. And that's where you have an opportunity to sell multiples of the same flipping thing. I love that about Christmas. People are not coming on here just to buy one thing. They're typically buying multiples. And that is very common. So there's an opportunity for you. So this, I think I typed in, what did I type? Christmas stocking bundle. And so I'm going to type in set. So let's see what happens with set. So a Christmas stocking set, this is cute. So you get a set of 6 extra large Christmas stockings. So I will tell you, I think one of the great things about selling Christmas stockings is that there's only a handful of people, and I've done it. I will see have the stocking holders with the stockings. So they'll sell the stocking holders with the stockings. This is one of those where you see the frequently bought together, and you'll see the stockings, and then you'll see the little stocking holders sold separately. Okay. So it is an opportunity. The other thing, let's just see as we go down this pipe. So this is Christmas stockings. These, they do show gifts inside of them, but I'm actually, we'll go look for Christmas stocking stuffers. So Christmas stocking holders, maybe somebody on here will write that down for next year and put that on their calendar. So you can see here's the little reindeer holders. They're selling a set of 4. And again, they don't sell these separately. You don't go and you find, oh, somebody's selling a Christmas stocking holder. No, they're always sold in sets. Always. They don't sell them as one. You can buy one, but people typically are buying more than one. So another opportunity to sell multiples or to sell a bundle or to create a set, a kit, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so these are some good ones. What I want to do is I want to take a look at some of the components of the stocking, sorry, the listing as well. So let me go to stuffers. Okay. So when I go to Christmas stocking stuffers, I see all of these individual things, but you see 18 pieces, 24 pieces, 16 pieces. Again, are these what? What are those, guys? Tell me what they are. They're bundles. Oh man, look at this one. This is a great one. So this is a Hershey's Chocolate Holiday Assortment gift box. Love it. Love it. We're going to dissect this listing. So I like this listing because I can tell that this is superimposed in here. This is not the real listing, meaning this, no one took a picture like this. Like someone found a box and then they found some holiday Rolos. They found some holiday Reese's. They found a stocking with M&Ms. They found some holiday Kit Kats. They found some holiday Kisses. They found some holiday Reese's, and they did a great job of folding these in to this awesome box using different tools. I use Snagit all the time. So this is the bundle itself. And then this is the box. Again, this box, you can find these on subscription box sites where you can just make the box. Okay, you can make it, and that will be one of your images. So you see the cluster photo. This is called the cluster photo. This is all the products together. And they are going, what I refer to as going out to the edges. If I can get my mouse to work. Hold on. Okay. So when they didn't even have, they didn't set this up so I can zoom in. Oh no, they did not. Like here, I zoomed to the edges. Yeah, they did not set this image up the way that they're supposed to. So anyway, they're supposed to be a certain dimension size so that when I run my mouse over it, it zooms over it. They did it again with this one. Oh, I love these people. I love you, whoever this is. So I love this listing. And I just found it randomly. So they're supposed to have the zoom and you can see whether or not they went out to the edges. They clearly did, which means I'm going to be able to see this really good on a mobile device. That's what you want. You want to be able to see it really well on a mobile device. This box right here goes out to the edges. So you can see when I say goes out to the edges, there's dimensions that are on Amazon. There's dimensions that are on different sites. And so when I run my mouse over it, you can see that it has the little zoom. I didn't have that on the first cluster photo. So you want that on the cluster photo. You should have it. And if you do your dimensions right, you will get it. So they didn't do their dimensions right on their first cluster photo, but okay. Maybe they just didn't want people to see what was in it, but I can clearly see what's in it. So the second photo is the box itself, because you can only see the front of the box and you can see the back of the box. So you can't see what the design is on the box. They're trying to sell you the fact that you have a ready-made kit ready to go. I love that. I love it. I'm probably going to borrow it. I'm going to be inspired by it. Okay, so then the next thing is all of the pieces that are inside of the box itself. So they clearly had a Kit Kat. They have a Reese's, they have Rolos, they have the stocking, and these are clearly all pictures that are just superimposed on here. What I want you to pay attention to is the Kit Kat that they have here and the Kit Kat that they have here. See how they inserted a miniature? They didn't have the same size right here. So this is a miniature version. So then you have to read the description to know whether or not you're going to get the miniature. I can see the sweater. I see this. I see this. I saw the Reese's Big Cup. So I see the Reese's Big Cup. I see the Rolos. I see the M&Ms and the Reese's. I see the sweater. Hershey's Kisses. So this must be, these two are together here. So I'm just reconciling what they show versus what I get. So the only thing that's suspect is the fact that there's a miniature Kit Kat versus a big one. Then they show it underneath the tree. This would be sort of indirectly showing it in use. So Christmas presents normally go under the tree. So it's under the tree, it's in use. So that's a great picture right there. And I'm confident that whatever the box site that they're using had these pictures, where whatever design you come up with, you can make sure that your design is on the box underneath whatever they want. So they could have shown this on a desk. They could have showed this in a kid's hands. They're going to show it in a kitchen table. Like, they have all these place it kind of pictures that you can put your design on, and then it puts it in a specific setting. So that's great. So I show the product in use. So I show the cluster photo, I show the box, I show the ingredients spread out so I can see them. I show the product in use. I show the product in use again with the stuff on the inside. Okay, so this one, they may or may not. This is a real picture, I think. Yep, it is. So this is a real picture, this shadow and all that other stuff. So this is actually the box itself. Okay, so this is the box itself with the stuff on the inside, but it looks like, again, it's superimposed into this environment. So it's not really in that environment. And then they show the gift box. You get this directly from whatever subscription box service you're using. This shows the box itself in a person's hand. So I like this particular listing because it has the components that it needs. It has the cluster photo. It shows all of the products separated. It shows the product in use. It shows what it looks like when it's together. They could have actually replaced this one with this one, but either one works. And then they also show what size, so you can get an idea of how big this gift box is. So when I look at the description, it says that this is all Hershey. I think all of these are Hershey products, probably. So Hershey's is the first word that they're using. Chocolate is holiday assortment. So holiday is a word that people are looking for sure. Christmas is another word. So Christmas candy, they put that at the end. They do have gift box. So holiday and then gift box, in the first 5 words, they have words that people are looking for. So if you're looking for anything that has holiday gift box, you could put Christmas gift box. Those would work. You've got chocolate, so you know exactly what it is. So people that are looking specifically for searching for chocolate and gift boxes, they would find this as well. So in the first 5 words, you should have what it is that you are selling, offering, whatever it happens to be. Instead of putting the words Christmas, they put holiday. So that would be the only thing I'm like, that's interesting that they chose that, but that's okay. It works. This is all clearly Christmas themed, and maybe they're recycling listings. And by choosing holiday, they want to stand out, and they want to get away from other people that are selling Christmas candy and be found separately under the gift box, because they put gift box in the first 5 words. So pay attention to what's in the first 5 words. Pay attention to what those first 5 words are, so that you can figure out what it is, how they organize the listing for people to be able to find it. The other thing is that in the about, it breaks down what's in here, which is what you want. You want it to break down every piece that's in it. So I'm going to tell you, just fair game, just because I'm searching on Amazon, because Amazon is still king. Okay, I'm just going to admit that. Amazon is still king. Just because I'm searching on Amazon doesn't mean we're going to create the listing on Amazon. I use Amazon to get information and to be inspired by ideas. So you will see me go to Amazon all the time because they normally have some of the cleanest, crispest photos. And they also have, they break down everything in the bullets. Can you do this on any other platform? The answer is yes, but some people don't take the opportunity to do that. So you could create this amazing listing on Walmart and you would get a lot of traction. You could also create this amazing listing on eBay. You can create it on Google Shopping. You could create it on a couple of different platforms. You could even have a subscription box service for chocolates and create your own Shopify store. Again, I'm being inspired by what are the pictures? What does the listing look like? Do they have all the components that I'm looking for to create an amazing product listing? So they break down what you get. They're telling you what's in here. And so that you have an idea of what's going to be in your kit. And that's a good thing. Okay. That's what you want to know. And then I'm guessing that this product is still in the Amazon top 100. Let's see if I'm right, and I am. So it is $2.93 in gourmet foods, and it is number 6 in candy chocolate gifts. So my question to you is, do you think you could find, first of all, a subscription, a box service, not subscription box, just a box service, okay? Could you get your hands on a bunch of Christmas related candy? And could you structure and organize a picture in such a way that it looks appealing and enticing to be able to buy it or sell? Because again, the box, you can buy that from a box service. I could order one standalone box with my design on it, grab all of these goodies, buy them all retail arbitrage or wholesale, get a wholesale account, and do the same thing. Exact same thing if I wanted to, but I would not do that. I would be inspired to create maybe something similar because this is a great idea. This is a great idea. We see all these on the end caps in Walmart all the time. So the components that I was looking for was the cluster photo. The fact that they added the box by its own is great. Breaking out the products that are going to be in here all separately. The only thing they did do that I thought was off was the Kit Kat. And then, so they show the little Hershey's, so you get an idea. They blew up the Hershey's. They made this small because it's big up here. So they made it small on this particular photo. They pulled out a couple of Rolos, and they really didn't pull anything out. This is all superimposed. This really is. All they did was take an image, and then they made sure that they organized it in a background, and that's it. And then they did actually, when they got their box, they put the stuff in the box, and then it's superimposed behind this image over here, which is fine. But I do like it. They also have another one. They have this one. So they did the same thing, but the only thing is they didn't show the box by itself. They show the individual items. Again, you could do this. They show the box underneath the tree with the design, and then they show the stuff inside the box. Okay. And then with the stuff inside the box, and then they show how big the box is. Okay. So this listing is definitely gold. The things that I would pay attention in the listing is the title. What do they put in the first 5 words of this listing? So they clearly are doing holiday. That's their holiday and gift box. Okay. They are using the brand of Hershey's and also Reese's. So people that are looking for Hershey and Reese's will find it. They also have embedded in the following words, they have chocolate and they have Christmas candy. So the fact that there's chocolate and there's Christmas candy is also helpful. Those are the following words that are in the title. And then they have the bullets for what's in this particular product so that you have an idea. And this particular one, yes, the same. They didn't separate out that. Oh, still the same. Yeah. Nope. Oh, that's the parent. Okay. So the way that they set this up, yeah, that's the way they set this up. So anyway, you have an idea of this particular listing. I like it. I like whoever these people are. This is Cyber Sweets Store. And could you go do this? Yep. You can go set up a wholesale account with a food supplier and do the same thing. Do the exact same thing if you wanted to. Okay. Next, let me go back to Christmas stuffers. So these are just pictures on their own, and I was hoping that they would show them organized, but they don't. So this is not a, this is like a, I'm going to say this is not the best picture in the world because it's not a real picture. You can clearly see that it's an animated picture. So it's not a really good picture. So Christmas stocking for kids. Let me do for kids and let's see what we come up with. So a lot of people are not doing what I normally do. I don't see any. Wow. None. And then look at the set. Okay. Those are great. DIY. All right, so I'm actually looking for a Christmas stocking. Let me see if I can find Mickey Mouse. So there's the stocking by itself. So I sell these. This is Kurt Adler. I sell these, but I normally put them in a bundle. So I'll have the stocking and then I'll have my toys and things that I'm putting in with it, with the listing. So they show that these are frequently bought together. So the handler is a good one because if they're buying the stocking, they're buying the handler. But I would also stuff the stocking, and I'm not seeing them stuff the stocking. Stuffing the stocking, meaning, oh, they're doing a personalized over here, which is great. That's another one. Great print on demand opportunity. Or if you have a tool that will actually, if you have stockings and you can personalize it, that's also a great opportunity. So if you've got the stockings, that's great. So what I mean by stuff the stocking, I would actually have all the stuff to go into the stocking. So when they buy it, they get the stocking, they get the stocking holder, and they get all the stuff that you want to put into the stocking. So you don't have to think about it. You literally could take it out of the package, put the little holder up there, and hang the stocking, and everything is already put together. So that's the kind of stuff I like to sell so that people don't have to go buy all the pieces. Okay. That's the stuff I like to sell. So let's go and see a couple of other Christmas decorations. Oh, let's look at the Christmas tree. Let's see how many Christmas tree bundles that they've got up, if there's any. Okay, so they just have tree, tree, tree. And I'm sure some of you have not thought about selling trees. Selling the trees with the lights on them is great. Selling the tree, one of my business partners who's no longer with us, Mr. Norman, we miss him. He used to sell the Christmas trees along with the decorations. So he would sell decorations. So if you sell the pre-lit trees, and then he would also have bulbs and garland. And so people would actually get a tree that had all the pieces and they didn't have to go get all the pieces. And that's always a good thing. So decorate, pre-lit, decorated, easy, easy assembly tree. So this is, I'm assuming one of those trees that just folds down and it already is made together. So everything is stuck together. Yeah, it's stuck together. It looks like. So that's also cool as well, where everything is already stuck together. That saves people a whole bunch of time. All they have to do is just put it on the stick and hang it, and I'm done. Because again, people are going to buy those things anyway, so why not? But it is an opportunity if you're a person that's not afraid of selling the big stuff and you want to sell the Christmas tree with the decorations, you could do that. That's another opportunity. I would suggest selling the ones with the pre-lit tree would be the one that I would do. So let's see. But that's cute. It's actually cute. So I don't see, let me Christmas tree kit. So kit is there, kit decorations. I don't know. I'm going to look at her kit set and a couple of. All right. So this one comes with pre-lit tabletop Christmas tree with skirts, 50 lights. Okay. This one is that one that we looked at before, which is this already with ornaments and lights and remote? Is this separated? You got to put it on there, or is it one of those drop down trees again? Oh, okay. So this looks like maybe you have to put the decorations on there. So you assemble the tree, and they say that they're selling what? 6 foot tree with ornaments and lights. So the only thing that they're not telling you, I mean, you see the picture, but they don't. So this listing, let me just go backwards. This particular listing, I don't see the ornaments by themselves. I can see them on the tree, but of course I would want to see, all these ornaments by themselves. Let's see what's in the, that's a lot of noise. That's a lot of noise. Woo. Let's see if they indicate. They're showing the lights. I care about the lights, but I don't care about the lights. I'm going to talk about the decorations. All right, so all they're doing is showcasing the lights. I don't care about that. So the thing that I think that they miss an opportunity is to actually show the decoration standalone, because they're telling you that you're getting lights. So they're telling you get a string of lights, and they also saying in the listing that I get ornaments and lights. So I want to see what the ornaments are. And whoever did this listing, there's an opportunity for you to show the ornaments. Since you say that they get the ornaments, I want to read what kind of ornaments they get. And decoration ornaments. Yeah, we offer. So that's what I would have added here with the cluster photos. They have the cluster photo that shows everything together. They show the tree standalone with the whole light operation, which is awesome. They show the tree put together. They show the tree put together again. So they show it in use setting, but they should have taken the opportunity to show the ornaments by themselves. Then they show the assembly of the tree, which is always good, the instructions. And then they show the lights. Okay, fine. All of that works. Just show the ornaments as well. So let me just see what this says. So the rating on this one, still in the Amazon Top 100, is 108 in Christmas ball ornaments. So you can't see the ornaments, but it's 108 in Christmas ball ornaments and 423 in hanging ornaments. Okay. And it's 11,000 in home and kitchen. So I think this is very interesting that that's what it is. These are the ornaments here, and they should have had a cluster photo up here of the ornaments. That's what they should have done. So I like it a lot. It should be up here so I can see what my ornaments are. Because again, what you want to do is showcase what you're selling in the first scroll. If I got to go down, again, I got to figure out what I'm getting. So I have to scroll down to be able to figure out what I'm getting. And right now it's not clear what I'm getting. So that's what I would point out in that. I'd also pay attention to the listing. They are telling you what you get. And I'm also paying attention to, the details. So I always make a note of those things because that is important in creating a listing. Your components are the title, of course, the description, the photos, and all of the photos that are part of that listing. So people know what they're getting. All right, so let's go to Christmas decorations and Christmas ornaments. So you can always tell that ornaments are never sold. There's not an ornament ever sold. There's ornaments, always ornaments. So if you have an account with a wholesale supplier where you can sell Christmas ornaments, that again, it's a made for you bundle. You don't have to pull all the pieces together. It's already ready made for you. Or you can buy Christmas ornaments on clearance after the holidays are over. For those of us that do that, you literally can get them for dirt cheap. You can get them below wholesale and be able to grab them and then resell them back on any other platform. So Christmas ornaments after the holidays do sell. Paying attention to what the ornaments are, what the rank is. So when I type in Christmas decoration ornaments, the one thing I want you to notice is that the first one that comes up that is not sponsored, this is the first one that comes up. And not that I think it's amazing. I think it's interesting. It's gnomes. But I'm going to go down to, those are cute, sort of, in an ugly little way. It is in the Amazon Top 100. It's $24.91 in Christmas ornaments and hanging. I feel like there's something else going on here that this shows up as first, because I would not have thought under Christmas decorations, ornaments, that would be the first one that was non-sponsored. This one makes sense to be the first one that's non-sponsored. This particular picture. So let's go see the rank on it. This makes more sense. So $674 in Christmas ornaments, $771 in decorative hanging ornaments. That makes sense. $19,000 in primary. So there's something going on with that gnome listing that it shows up before this one. But in any case, we can see the cluster. So This is the photo of the decorations. They're taking up all of the real estate available to them. So this means that this particular listing is definitely going to pop on a mobile device. They also show the product in front of an angel's feet. I think that's an angel's feet. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. And then they show it hanging on a tree. So they're showing it in use. They have some showcased pictures of the ornaments themselves, which is pretty. They show it on a tree itself. This is a superimposed tree. This is not a real tree in this environment. I'm sure you guys can tell that. Then they show the ornaments one at a time. So they have this particular photo. And then they have another close-up of the ornaments. I think they did a great job. And again, if you want to sell ornaments, that is another opportunity. The thing you need to make sure, don't sell the glass ones. I feel like by the time they arrive, they're all going to be broken. So don't sell the glass ones. These little poinsettias. So I can tell you that the red ones, if you sell the red ones with the garland, that combination sells all day long. So you can see the poinsettias. This is the white, I guess the white ones. I guess you want to say that they are the white ones or gold ones. So I'm going to scroll down to frequently bought together. And so with this one, they're selling, I would have thought garland maybe would be the thing, because most people will put this like on the staircase and they will loop the poinsettias going down the staircase with the garland. But they do that a lot with the red ones. So that's another combination that a lot of people don't sell. There's only a handful of sellers on that. So we have the ornament bowls, and we have a couple of things I like about this. So first is just this picture with all of them. And then the next one is giving you some dimensions. You get the 6-inch, 4-inch, and 3-inch. And then they showcase some pieces about the particular poinsettias. So you see the different sizes on the tree, the small ones, the big ones, and whatnot. You see it on a tree. You see it in use. You see kids holding plants that can't. They're holding the plants for real, but those are superimposed because it's the same poinsettia that's superimposed on top of those cranberry plants. So again, there's ways in which you can do photos where you're not taking photos. That's the thing that I love. This is on a reef, so that shows it on a reef. And again, these look like they're superimposed on there. They're not really on there. So yeah, that's what they're not really on there. They're superimposed. And then again, showing it on a tree again. So I love this. They took an existing tree picture and they superimposed their little pictures of the little poinsettias onto the tree. So it looks like, for some people, if you're not paying attention, it looks like they're really there, but they're not. They're just not. It is what it is. So the thing that I did want to point out, again, when you see listings, it could be the fact that bundle listings, it could be set, kit, bundle, it could be pieces, it could be lot. When you're on eBay, lot is used a lot when you're selling clothes, like a lot of 10, a lot of whatever. These are all the ways in which bundles could be listed. The thing is that, remember, during the holidays, there's a lot of stuff that they don't sell one of. They never sell one box of stuffing on Amazon. They normally sell multiple boxes of stuffing. They don't just sell one poinsettia. They normally sell multiples. They don't just sell one Christmas ball. They sell multiples. They don't just sell one bag of candy. They sell multiple bags of candy. So these are opportunities I think people overlook when it comes to bundles. There are other things like school supplies. When you think about school supplies, they're not just selling one pencil. They're selling a pack of pencils, but normally they'll sell like a 2-pack of pencils or a 3-pack of pencils. So it's not just one singular thing. It's like a pack of a pack. So write down some ideas that you might have about bundles, things that maybe you sell and you've never thought of. Maybe look up your product that you sell and scroll down to the frequently bought together and see if you're inspired by any of the ideas. I would not have put this, but that's okay. See if you're inspired by any of the ideas that show up and that frequently bought together. Because there's clearly some stuff that, see, this is more poinsettias and more poinsettias. I think this one is the one where the frequently bought together is the garland. Nope, it's the ribbon. So that's okay too. People will buy the poinsettia with the little clippy on it and then use the ribbon to decorate. And if you're not really sure about that, another thing that you can do is always go to Pinterest. I love Pinterest. I love Pinterest because again, you can see things together automatically, and then you can be inspired by, let me go find all the pieces to that. Let me go find all the pieces to that. All right, so make a note of what you sell or something that you're thinking about selling. Write it down, look it up on Amazon, look it up on Walmart, see if there's an opportunity there for you to start working on bundles. So what bundles, as we're talking about this, you guys type in the chat, what bundles could we be working on right now in December of products that are going to sell in January, February, and March? 1, 2, 3, go in the chat. What are some of the products that we could be looking at for bundle opportunities that will actually show up or that could be sold in January, February, March? 1, 2, 3, go. That people buy multiples of. They don't just buy one, they buy multiples. So I can tell you that calendar buyers don't just buy one calendar. They typically buy 2 or 3 calendars because they want one in the office, maybe one in the bedroom, or one in the kitchen, one in the wherever. So they're going to have multiple calendars that they sell. Maybe they're buying a pocket calendar along with a big calendar to go on the kitchen wall, or maybe that's their organization for their family. So they're buying multiples of that. When people are buying workout equipment, they're just not buying one piece. They're buying multiples. So if they're buying those elastic bands or whatever, they're buying multiples of weights. So they're sold in a set already. They're buying the elastic bands. They're sold in a set already. When they're buying a jump rope, like they may buy a couple of jump ropes. When they are buying different things, they're buying multiples of it typically, especially as they get ready to go into the new year. So office equipment, most people buy multiples of office equipment. They don't just buy one thing. You don't normally see people go into an office and just buy one roll of tape. Like online, it doesn't make sense for you to buy one roll of tape online. I'm going to buy multiple rolls of tape online. In February, you've got Valentine's Day. So then you're going to have things that they buy in bulk. So they might buy multiple bags of candy. They might do an amazing bundle where they have a coffee mug with a little bear and some candy inside of there. So that's an amazing bundle. That might be the single of that. But again, if I'm going to buy it in quantity, I could sell multiple mugs. Maybe I sell multiples of those. Maybe there's an office that they want to give it out to all of the nurses. So they're going to buy multiples of it. As we get into March, you're going to have things that people will buy in March. So they're buying camping supplies, maybe because spring break, you're going to take the kids out for spring break. So they'll buy multiples of that. They might buy in March, well, St. Patty's Day. So there's going to be multiples of a whole bunch of stuff sold in St. Patty's. But I want you to think about what will people buy multiples of. So let me just look and see what you guys type. So workout, yep. Winter gear, New Year's gifting. Yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. And as we get into Easter and Valentine's, there's always, if we use Mickey Mouse, any copyright issues. I have not had any issues. I have not had any issues using Mickey Mouse, selling it, because I bought it, the actual stocking itself, Mickey Mouse was already on it. And so I just bought out a whole, like, I don't know how many stockings I'm not going to lie. I really don't know how many I have right now, because I have the miniature ones and I have the big ones. So I feel like I have over 300 stockings. Okay. And so I just buy products. If you flip over, like if I incorporate a coloring book with coloring pencils and a puzzle, like when I flip over the coloring book, that's sold by somebody else. When I flip over the pencils, that's sold by somebody else. When I flip over the stocking, it's not sold by Disney. It's sold by, manufactured and distributed by somebody else. When I flip over the puzzle, it's sold by someone else. It's distributed and manufactured by somebody else. So I don't worry about those kind of things. Now, if it's sold by Disney, I don't know that Disney's ever come after me, but I do sell Mickey Mouse. I sell Disney princesses. I'll sell Peppa Pig. I sell all of the kiddo characters. I do the character stocking bundles, is what I typically sell. So that's what I do. But I want you to think of, I need you to write them down. What do you have in mind when it comes to potential bundle ideas. Go use Amazon as the source. Look and see what is coming up, because you might be selling products that you could be selling bundles for. You could be selling products that you could be selling, combinations or multiples of, and you hadn't thought about it, and you're selling as a single. If you were to take a water bottle and maybe a singular water bottle, you sell it for $12. So whatever your margins are, here's your margins. But then you take that same water bottle, instead of selling it for $24, like you sell 2 of them, instead of selling for $24, you sell it for 30. So you've increased it because now I see that I can get a second water bottle. And maybe you throw in something inexpensive and cheap, like the little ring holder. So I'll give you an additional ring holder, and maybe that ring holder costs you an additional 15 cents. The little loop thing that you can put on your water bottle so you can put it over your wrist or whatever to carry it with you. So maybe that thing costs you 15 cents or 30 cents. But because you added into this combination of 2 water bottles and an extra ring holder, you sell it for 30 or you sell it for 36. Because a person is getting 3 things from you, of which one of those things was only 15 cents or 30 cents. So that's what I love about bundles, is being able to come up with ideas like that. Okay, so inspiration. I always say I don't copy people's bundles. I'm inspired by them. I don't copy people's bundles. I'm inspired by them. So here's some bundles for Valentine's Day, or you could also use them for Christmas. They're both red. So, just because it has a heart on it, you literally can find the tins that have no hearts on them, and they could be used for dual purpose. You could sell the candy gift combinations for Valentine's Day, and you can sell the candy gift combinations for Christmas. Bingo, you got 2 different combinations as long as they're all red. Okay. This one is stockings. Sorry, not stockings, house shoes. I have stockings on the brain. This is house shoes, and I want to say that there's probably some lotion and some kind of cream and some other stuff that goes with these house shoes. So this is like a semi-spa kit. I don't know. I'd have to zoom in. It's clearly selling for $5.99. So I go into stores and I walk around and I take pictures. That's what I do. I take pictures so that I can get ideas that will help me to be able to sell, those products to or create bundle ideas and sell those products to others. So the house shoes, you can probably source those wholesale inexpensively. And then you have potentially, this is either lotion or cream or something that's in here. So think about what you see when you go into the store. I'm sure you've seen similar house shoe bundle kits. They're selling them like crazy right now. Christmas is the best time to walk around and take pictures of bundles. It is the best time. This is the only time of the year that they bring them out. So let me just give you one more tip. Because this is the only time of year that they actually bring these combinations out, what do you think is going to happen in March, April, May, June, July, August? I mean, they may actually sell some in April or May because of Mother's Day or April. But the point is, the majority of the year, they're not selling house shoe slipper bundles. So if you have either bought them retail arbitrage after they're on clearance, the day after Christmas when they got them marked down 50% off or 70% off, and you list them and you just leave them up all year, like maybe you bought 200 of them and you leave them up all year, you're selling all year long because people can't find these anymore. They can't find them. Maybe they have a family member that went in the hospital, they want to give them a slipper set. Maybe there's a lady that's a new mother and they want to give her a slipper set. Maybe there's somebody, the opportunity is endless. The fact that they only sell them around Christmas is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They're missing out on an opportunity, and I'm cashing in on that opportunity. So I want you to make that observation now that I've opened your eyes to it. You just took the blue pill or the red pill, whichever one in the matrix. Your eyes should be open to this now. Pay attention to how many gift set bundles you see now versus how many gift set bundles you see in June. You're going to be like, wow, she's right. There's not a lot. They don't have them in the stores. You can't find them. So it's an opportunity for you to get inspired right now, go to the store, take a boatload of pictures so that you have those pictures as a tool for you to use over the next couple of months when they take these off the shelf. They're going to take them off the shelf. They're not going to sell them anymore. Okay. So this one is a spa set. It's got the little pumice stone. It's got the little squeegee in here. There's some lotion. There's some other stuff in here that you can see that's in that picture. This one, these two are like food bundles. So they came up with a little packaging. You could do that. There's services that sell the boxes and the little tin things and all that other stuff. So this has got munch, whatever. So they've got a coffee mug in here. You could find a coffee mug to sell. You can, maybe you can get it a whole bunch of coffee mugs wholesale. Then inside of there, it looks like they got some kind of snack in there. They've got cookies, they've got popcorn, they've got all kinds of stuff. Go to your store, go look up these gift boxes, write down what's in them. And then when this is over, when Christmas is over, they sell them wholesale, sell them on clearance, grab a bunch of them, that's one. So then that way, that saves you time and work. But two, write it down so you can go establish some wholesale accounts and create your own version and sell them online. So that when people are looking for, hey, I need a gift for somebody, I need a whatever. And they're going to like Harry and David and spending like $60 and $70 for this thing that they could get at Walmart right now for like $19.99. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not. Go to Harry and David and see if you see very similar things, harryanddavid.com, and see if you see very similar gift combination sets that are marked up to $60 and $70. Same thing, same content, or very similar. This is a, what is this? A Bloody Mary set. So you've got the Bloody Mary mix in there, and then you've got the little glasses, and you got the hot sauce, and you got the salt. So you got two glasses, and you've got the Bloody Mary mix, and you got hot sauce, and you got salt. Who can't do that? So those of you that are looking to build a brand, think about those types of ideas. Is there something, maybe there is a mixed drink that you're really good at making. Maybe you should private label it. Maybe you should go for it. This is soup. These are little soup. These are all pictures from my phone, guys. So these are little soup cups. And then they've got a box of soup. Do you guys know how much this little box of soup costs? This thing is so cheap. Like you can buy it at Walmart. You can buy the little Lipton noodle soup packets. All you have to do is just put water in it, put it in a coffee cup, put water in it. And you can buy that for like, I think it's $1, maybe $1.50 coffee mug. So could you go get 4 coffee mugs and a box of that? I can guarantee you this thing is probably selling for $20. And this really is, if I bought it retail, probably a total of $5, but they're selling it for $20. What if I got it wholesale? I just want you to process that in your brain for just a second. And then you've got cocktail mixes. Again, some of you are talented. I'm not as talented, so I'm just going to admit it, #facts. And then down here, sorry, my little thing is, so I have trolls. There was a bunch of troll stuff that's next to each other at Five Below. So they've got the bracelets, they've got the little jewelry set, they've got the little nail polish. I think, yeah, the nail polish is over there. So there's all this stuff. You can take a bundle and create a bundle from bundles. So put together a bunch of troll stuff that's already in bundle kits. And create a mega bundle and then sell that, especially around the holidays, especially when the stuff is on clearance. So you can take retail arbitrage things and turn those into bundles. You can also use the bundle ideas and concepts that are already on the shelves today and be inspired when they are taken off the shelf. Some people are still looking for those similar things. Even if you only create 100. Because again, the goal is for you to create one new bundle idea a week. You could go take 52 pictures right now and you have your new bundle ideas for the next 52 weeks. All right, so do you guys get what I'm saying? Does this make sense? I know we've been on here for 2 hours, I'm sorry. Does this make sense? Please tell me it does. Please tell me you're not asleep. You need a bathroom break. You're already exhausted. I love bundles. I'm sorry, I do. There's so much money in bundles. I don't think everybody realizes that. I'm very passionate about bundles. So I'm extremely passionate because people are leaving money on the shelf. And I am only one person. I can't do all the bundles by myself. I need you guys to come out here and make some money with me. Okay. I need you to make some money. Go make some bundles. Okay. All right. So key components to creating a bundle. The first thing of creating any bundle is that you need to make sure that it's relevant before you create it. It's something that people are looking for. It solves a problem. And it provides a solution. It's important and it's frequent. The fact that it's frequently in use would be nice because that means it's a replenishable. That means that they have to spend money every single time to buy this particular item. So a replenishable, oh heck yeah. All day long. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Soup, soup, soup. Like, okay, this is the time of year that people are buying soup aplenty. So mashed potato stuffing, they're buying that stuff aplenty. Things that I have to buy more when it runs out will make you a lot of money. You can make bundles on those as well. Okay. Then the next one is so a solution. You need to make sure that it solves a solution. During the holidays, when they make these bundles, there's a reason, again, that they there's a reason that they are putting them out for a period of time. They know that they sell a boatload of those during the holidays. But that doesn't mean that the demand is gone when the holiday is over. So buy them on clearance and take advantage of that. We actually have a picture of us where we pulled up to Walmart's and trucks to clear out all of the bundle sets. And then we go back and sell them on eBay after the holidays are over. We've done that. Then you make a lot of money. You just list them on eBay. If you got, 1,000 of those, it's just, different varieties of different things. You literally have inventory for the rest of the year because people are still looking for that stuff. That it's important. So during the holidays, these are things that people are looking for. You can put your bundles up first. And for those people who don't want to go into Walmart, if they find your listing on Amazon, do you think they'll buy it? Well, I mean, if it's on the shelves at Walmart, it has to be something that people are interested in. So if they can find it online, a similar thing, because you don't have to sell the exact same thing, sell a similar thing. That's, again, sales that you can be getting. In addition to that, you can make your own version of it, and you can decide you're going to go into the private label business and make your own brand. All right. The keywords I pointed out in the first 5 words, typically first 5 to 7, you need to make sure that what it is that people are looking for, what you want to rank for, or what you want with people or how people are searching for it, those words are in that title. They got to be. And you also need to make sure that you're doing a good job of making sure that some of those words are also in the description in a meaningful way. Don't just like keyword stuff it because it's not going to help you. It'll do the opposite. You need to make sure it's in a meaningful way so that when people read the description, that it's helpful to them on how they can see themselves using this product that they buy it from. The category that you put it in, pay attention to that. I didn't point out the category on Amazon, but again, you have different category variations on different platforms. Pay attention to where it is located. So again, you're going to go do your own product research. Everybody's going to do it. The photos matter. People are buying things, 60 something percent, I think it's 64% of all purchases are made on a mobile device. An iPad is a mobile device. A Surface is a mobile device. A Kindle is a mobile device. Okay. Then people have phones that are just as big as those. They're all mobile devices. So make sure that your photos are quality photos and you got that cluster photo that showcases the product that you're trying to sell. And then you also have a photo that breaks down each one of the items and that you have a photo that shows the product in use. That matters. So your title, the description, the price. So they're paying for the convenience. I personally, we're going to get into pricing at some later point. I normally try to do, anywhere from 4X to 7X. What am I into this thing for? So if I'm buying something and I spent $5 for it, all of the pieces and the components for it, selling it for 20 may not be worth it to me. I might sell it for, 35, 45. I've gone up even more. So it just depends on what's in there and what can I actually get for it. That's the great thing about bundles. You can sometimes name your price. You don't have to stick with what everybody else is doing because you're adding something that adds value. So I paid attention to what was happening with the Hatchimals. I don't know if you guys remember when the Hatchimals first came out. The little Hatchimals, when they came out, this little egg thing that, something's inside of there. I really don't care what it is. It's some kind of kid toy. And this was like, I don't know, 2004, 2016, maybe 17, somewhere in there. And someone got smart and bought a nest. They bought a whole bunch of nests from AliExpress. And so people were selling the Hatchimals, and we were all making a bunch of money off the Hatchimals, selling them for ridiculous prices, like going to Target when they have the sales and going to Walmart when they have the sales and all that stuff, and just get them and then mark up the price and sell them all over the place. And someone got smart and bought the little nest that probably cost them, I don't know, $1. It maybe cost them $1 because it was a piece of crap. And they sold the nest with the Hatchimal so that they can distinguish themselves from the other listings. So when Amazon and eBay started coming after all these people that had the Hatchimal listings up, they everybody had to lower their prices, or they had to jump off the listing because they weren't approved to be able to sell it. This person was approved to be able to sell Hatchimals, but on top of that, they created a custom listing with the little nest, and they kept the price the high price. And when you went to go see what the rank was on that listing, you were like, how are they doing it? And it was because the perceived value of this thing is an egg, and an egg with a nest makes sense to me. So they had this picture of the egg sitting in their little cheap nest, and they sold them for the crazy price that we were all selling our Hatchimals for before, and we were all forced to bring our prices down. Again, one thing kept them at the high price. So they were able to sell their Hatchimal with the margins that they were getting before. I'm just saying. All right. Hashtag facts. So private label. We're going to talk about what these are real quick, and then we're going to get off of here. We're just going to run through a couple of definitions, and we're going to get out of here. So we have private label. What is private label? It's stuff that you've developed. You work with a manufacturer. It's sold with your name, your brand, your packaging, all that other stuff. So if you're doing private label, that is fantastic. I think there's opportunity to create bundles with private label. And so even if you put generic things to complement whatever your private label product is, again, think about it. Subscription box might be an opportunity as well. I am looking to launch at least 4 subscription boxes in 2022. That's my goal, 4 of them. So private label, over time, if you make a private label product that is really in demand, that's really serving the community, you can make a lot of money. A lot of people get their brands bought out, their private label brand bought out because it is such a popular product. But it is something that takes time to get to that place. You don't just wake up and you're making millions of dollars from your private label product. That's not normal. Okay. Is it possible? Probably, but it's not normal. White label is taking products where you can superimpose your brand onto the product. Wine is the perfect example. So a lot of people don't know that you can buy like Kirkland's wine, and you can buy a white label and then be able to superimpose your particular brand onto the label, so that way it's your opportunity to sell your own branded wine. Is it considered private label? It is not private label, white label. There's a whole bunch of white label products out there where you can superimpose your brand on it and sell those products as your own. So it's not the same as print on demand. Print on demand is slightly different. You don't have print on demand wine. Print on demand is stuff where you can put the print of your words or design on it and go that route. Whereas wine is a product that's already been made, it's already been manufactured, it's already been tested, blah, 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 and you're putting your brand on it. So there are some white label opportunities out there, and you can take white label along with generics and create an amazing bundle product over time. Retail arbitrage is like going to the store and buying something for one price, finding for the lowest price possible, checking to see what it's selling for on the other platforms, and selling it for a higher price on another platform. What I normally do is I use retail arbitrage sometimes to come up with product bundle concepts, or I might use retail arbitrage to take advantage of stuff that's already out there. Okay. I use the example of going to go buy all these bundles on the day after Christmas when they put them at 50% off. Automatically at every Walmart in the US, they will be at 50% off. Mark my words, I've already told you. Okay. So that's a instant bundle opportunity that you don't have to think about. You're only going to get however many quantity are available unless you're in a city where you have a bunch of Walmarts. I feel like in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we probably have over 100 Walmarts. It's ridiculous. So I literally could just have a VA team, hire a team of people and just drive from store to store to store and just clean them out if I wanted to. And then just put all that into a storage unit and then sell it for the rest of the year. And that'd be the only thing that I sell for the rest of the year because there will be so many of them. But anyway, you sell it for a higher profit. So buy low, sell high, just like the stock market. Online arbitrage is the same concept, but you're doing it online. You're finding products. Maybe you're finding them on clearance online, or maybe you find an amazing price at a store. Maybe they have a sale and you find those products, and then you list the product on another platform at a higher price. So I'm going to give you a little tip on online arbitrage for those that have not done it. Prime Day is an untapped opportunity for people to find products at a lower price and sell it for a higher price later on. So there's a bunch of stuff that goes on sale on Prime Day, not just on Amazon. Like all of the store platforms decide that they're going to follow Amazon's lead and offer some kind of deal so that they can take some traction away from Amazon. Because why? Amazon gets all of the news. It's on all the news stations, it's on all the radio stations, it's in all the newspapers, it's in all the print. Amazon is having some Prime Day. So because Amazon is attracting online buyers, because of the fact that it's plastered everywhere. Online buyers, they're attracting people to the internet because of the fact that somebody said it's Prime Day. So people are going online to look for a deal on Prime Day. They've been trained, they've been conditioned to do that automatically. What's going to happen is Walmart's going to do the same thing. They're going to take advantage of the attraction that Amazon is bringing people online to look for stuff. Target is going to do the same thing. Best Buy is going to do the same thing. All these stores are going to do the same thing. So there are times that you can find amazing products at a deep discounted price or a discounted price on online arbitrage. And then you can resell those products again in October, November, and December at the higher price or the regular price and keep the difference. So look for those opportunities in Prime Day because that is the middle of the year sale when they have that. And it's an untapped opportunity that people don't take advantage of. So buying stuff online at a lower price and selling it online at a higher price. And you can do the buy and hold strategy on all of this. Again, you can do that. So retail arbitrage and online arbitrage sourcing. I've already mentioned buying stuff below wholesale. You really can. You can buy stuff on clearance and then use coupons and use cashbacks and rebates and use a cashback card and get things below wholesale. So if you have stores available to you, definitely take advantage of that. Store liquidations and closings, we've had a lot of those, unfortunately. And they're going to continue to happen from time to time. So take advantage of liquidations. If you have a liquidation place available to you nearby, definitely take advantage of that. Make sure that when you're doing any retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, or any type of e-commerce business, that you have a budget established. So have the funds established. Keep all your receipts. If you are a person that's going to go out, COVID is still here, you could hire helpers. I encourage you to do so. College students are always looking for work, so you can take advantage of college students as well, and high school students to do some of your shopping for you. You can load up prepaid cards, and that way you can repopulate the card over time with money so that way it's available. Okay, and they can use it. Here's some stores. You can come back and look at this list. You can do the replay because we're at 2.5 hours, so I'm sorry. There's also online stores in which you can do some retail arbitrage as well and online arbitrage. So go check out some of these stores. Go look at some of the products. If you think there's an opportunity there to create a combination, go see if that combination already exists, like on Pinterest in some form. Go see if that combination exists on Amazon in some form. So again, I use the house shoes. You could type in house shoes gift or slippers gift or something like that and see what comes up. There's probably going to be pictures of house shoe combinations or gift house shoes or slippers combinations that you hadn't thought of before. Then go reverse source those items. See what you can find. That doesn't mean go buy them. We're just going to do some research. All we're doing is research. We're not pulling the trigger yet. Okay. So keyword research is the words that people are looking for to find a particular product. I always love using Amazon, Google, Walmart to see when I first start typing in the first couple of words of something, what automatically pre-fills in the rest or what shows up in the drop down. So on Walmart, when you first start typing in the first 10 things that are most searched is what displays. Same thing on Google, same thing on Walmart. The most searched products are the first 10 things that default display. And so let me go and show that. And then we are going to wrap up what the work is. So when I say most search, if I just go directly back to, if I go back to all departments and I just type in, okay, so I'm doing house shoes. House shoes. Okay, so I stopped. I have house and I started SH and I didn't finish any of it. So the top 10 things that people are looking for right now is house shoes women, house shoes soft indoor outdoor sole, house shoes arch support, house shoes kids, house shoes women's booties, house shoes memory foam, house shoes boys. So they're showing you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's 10. These are the most searched under the words house shoes. So if I just stop there at house says, these are the top 10 things just using those letters that people are looking for. So this tells you that right now you have an opportunity as a seller. House shoes for women are a big deal. You see it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. House shoes for women are a big deal. I don't know why house shoes for men is not a big deal, but clearly house shoes for women is a big deal. So if I type in slippers, S-L-I, oh, I didn't even have to finish it. So slippers, S-L-I, first thing that comes up, slippers for women. So if you're a person who has access to a manufacturer, a wholesale account, a distributor that has access to women's shoes, house shoes and slippers are going to be less expensive than selling regular shoes. And the return opportunity is going to be way lower. Women love to buy shoes. Some women, I'm not that woman, but some women love to buy shoes, okay? And they will return some shoes that don't work out for them. How often do you think people are returning house shoes? How often do you think people are returning slippers? It is not something that is regularly returned unless you bought the wrong size completely. You bought a size 13 and it should be a size 6. Like, that's the only time. The majority of the time, people will keep house shoes no matter how big they are or how small they are. They keep them. I'm just telling you, hashtag facts. So the returns are very low on house shoes. You're welcome. So again, start typing in a couple of the things that you think you want to sell, see what default comes up. House shoes for women. Let's see what's the first thing that is selling the most that is not sponsored. So the first thing that's selling, it says this one, that may be true. So this is a big deal. Whatever these are, if you can find some similar shoes, they're $19.99. I'm going to scroll. Let me see. I don't see any frequently bought together, so that's fine. There's no frequently bought together. So I'm going to come down here. I lost the, oh, there is no info. Oh, that's a paid spot, even though it's unmarked. That's weird. That's really weird. Okay, so let's go to the Skechers. Skechers, I'm going to get some info. So I don't see any frequently bought together. That's okay. But I do see rank. I see 93. This is the third most sold shoe in women's slippers. Okay. So I pay attention to this kind of stuff. Women's slippers sell like crazy around this time of the year. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to create a bundle. Even if you only sell 200 of the bundle or 300 of the bundle, you sell, and it's going to take a while for anybody to even think about jumping on your listing. If you're selling on Amazon, if you're selling on other platforms, people are not coming for you. They're just not. So, with that being said, let me just tell you, this is what we're doing next week. So thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you got some value in this. I apologize for the 2 interruptions we had in the middle, but I hope you got some value in this. I'm going to give you some additional tools that I want you to add to your arsenal as we do keyword research. So next week, we're going to go over branding basics. We're going to do niche research, product sourcing, wholesale, private label, arbitrage research, and listing basics. This is what I want you to do. One, I want you to write down your why. You need to write out your why. Why are you doing this? Why did you take this class? Why are you on this journey? What do you like about e-commerce? What you don't like about it? I want you to build a real work schedule. In order for you to scale your business, grow your business, do anything in your business, you got to be consistent. So do that. Please do that. 3, I want you to look at a couple of more listings. Pull up listings of products that you're already selling or that you're thinking about selling in the future or that you started product research on that are, even if they're related or similar. Go see what on Amazon, what's sold together, frequently bought together, if there is any information there. Go see what the sales rank is of it. So go see if there's multiples of that particular item, or maybe there's complementary products that you could be selling, okay? Go do some research. And I want you to actually go to the store. I want you to just go to the grocery store. There's bundles at the grocery store, guys. And I'm talking about like perfume bundles, lotion bundles, pedicure bundles. Like right now, all of the gift bundles, they're everywhere. You can't go anywhere without finding them. They're at the grocery stores. They're at the Walmarts of the world. They're everywhere. And after the new year, they're going to go away. You'll see a couple of them for Valentine's Day. You'll see a couple of them for Mother's Day. You'll see a couple of them for Father's Day. But they will universally be gone, and then they will reappear in November or the October. So go take those pictures now. Use your phone. Take those pictures. Be inspired to come up with ideas on products that you know are going to sell this time of the year. So I hope this was a blessing to you. I hope that you actually take action in your business. I hope you use this information to make a lot of money. Write down what you're also last but not least, write down what you're going to go after. Are you going to go after the stretch goal and try to do 52 bundles a year? Or are you going to try and do one new bundle a month? Write it down. So in the comments, did I help you? Was this class worth it? Did I give you some things to think about? Please tell me if you like this class so far. Please tell me what you think about the class so far. Tell me. Oh my gosh. All right. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope you use this to make a boatload of money. I hope to see you in our next class. We're going to be working, and by the end of class 4, we should be creating a bundle, guys. All right. I love you all. God bless you in your businesses. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.